Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 2 seconds here, just trying to get audio going and having a little bit of a issue here with my sound. So 2 seconds, guys. Apparently, I didn't notice this was happening until uh, we went live. Okay, that should be good. Okay, now hopefully you guys can hear me okay. We're good. Okay, 5 by 5. We'll see how this proceeds. We'll make adjustments accordingly as we go. But great to see. Thank you, everyone, for the 5 by 5. I appreciate that. And we're going to do some very cool stuff tonight. The last few days have been a whirlwind, and it's not going to let up because we're getting ready for the launch of Rapid Content Wizard Lightning on June 17th. I'm doing this with Alan Brown, and we're going to do some amazing, amazing things. Now, some people say they're having trouble getting in. Let me just go check the Skype room. Thank you for that, Pam. People having trouble getting in. You should just go to the link. Okay, let me just kind of get people going here. I have to go in there starting now. Okay, so let me just make sure people, I'm not sure why they're not getting in. Thank you for that, Pam. I appreciate that. This, just saying here, this should redirect you to join a session. Download the plugin if you don't have it and connect. Okay. I don't know why. Now, Steve usually has no problems getting in, so I don't know why he's having a problem. Okay. And Tam's here as well. You had a problem getting in. What did it do for you, Tam?
The link I gave just went to a web page and it never launched the GoToMeeting. I had to actually put the number in to launch the software.
So from the actual site, from the 194 page, or from your link?
From my link in the email.
That's bloody strange. You should have got that.
Copy the thing into the live.
Okay.
Software.
Let me just give people the link, and I'll try this. I'll do this way. Okay. So I think, thank you for letting me know that was a problem there. Hopefully we'll get everyone in. We've got quite a few people here, so people have figured it out, thankfully, so that's good. But I appreciate the heads up, and we'll see what happens there. Okay, cool. Anyway, let's jump on. No, it's not full. We have the capacity for 1,000 people. Might just be a GoToWebinar issue, but we'll see. So anyway, we're good to go, thankfully. And if anyone didn't make it on, hopefully you'll watch this in the replay. But we're going to be showcasing. I've been working for the last 3 weeks on a deal for. I wasn't happy with the IMSE Flex theme and the way it was going, to be quite honest. So I've been talking, negotiating vast sums of cash that I won't say what we settled or kind of settled on, but the numbers that were being bandied around initially were $45,000 to $60,000. Now, suffice to say, no, that was not what we settled on, and I laughed all the way to the bank. But I have basically secured the rights to something very, very powerful that is going to be part of the new IMSC Flex theme 2.0. And this is going to open up a huge, huge opportunity for us here. And I'm very excited because all of you guys get everything way before the public. And we will be doing some public stuff with this, but you guys are going to get it first. Now, it's not available yet because, again, we're just in the final parts of this deal. But what I am going to do is show you what we're getting, why I'm so damned excited, and how we're going to turn this into a massive cash flow, not just for our business, but also give you guys the opportunity to do some amazing, amazing things. Now, with that being said, let me actually show you what we're talking about. This is the new IMSE Flex. Now, this little system does so much, it's amazing. It can do magazine style posts. Now, this is just me playing around, okay? Will this replace Optimize Press 2? Eventually, yes. And it'll be a damn sight cheaper. And of course, Inner Circle members get it, and all add ons, extensions, plugins, and everything absolutely free of charge. Now, the idea here is very simple. We have the ability to do, and again, this is how flexible are you? This is just how flexible this is. You're going to be able to do news sites, blog sites. You're going to be able to do full e-commerce sites, affiliate sites. You're going to be able to do blogs, power blogs, sales funnels, and it all comes with a magical drag and drop editor that can literally turn any page into any design you like. Now, again, I'm just quickly throwing in a demo. You can see I've got RCW up here. I've got a demo banner here. I did some social stuff and I haven't finished it. I threw in the demo content that we do. Let me show you this in action. For example, these were the old layouts from the original one. So they're not, the featured images are not quite wide enough. But again, it's got some great layouts. The cool thing is we can change this layout in a snap. So, for example, that was a magazine layout. Let me go to, say, news layout. I just change it one click and watch what happens on the home page. Boom. Instant. There's the last featured post, little bit of whatever was last, and boom, boom, boom. And again, you can do all sorts of different layouts and styles, but it changes everything. We've got a full e-commerce. This supports WooCommerce, and it's very powerful. But let's change it from that to, say, blog layout. So boom, literally with one click, you have all of the power. Now, again, I've not done a great job with this. I'll be fully honest. I'm only just playing around with this myself, but you can see there's the featured one. And again, just a video in place, and then it does all the blogs and everything else. And it just does them. You can do it for content excerpt and everything else, whatever you want to do. Now, I'm going to show you a much better approach to this in a few moments because, like I say, this is just me playing. So I'm just going to show you how you can switch between all the different styles in a heartbeat. So here's another one. Again, that's kind of that's the blog style. You can see at the top, it's got all of the social media. It's got your login, your cart if you're using the e-commerce version, the big logo up here, and everything is just done very simply and easily. So you've got multiple styles, and if I want to go creative, again, you can. Oh, this, by the way, has a responsive slider, and you can see up here we've got everything. Yes, it is responsive, but we've also got sliders. So there you go, fully responsive. And again, very powerful, very simple. It's designed with all of that maximum power in mind. And you've got all sorts of widgets, including, for example, you see that floating bar there, floating ads, and everything else. Now, like I say, this is not the best implementation. I was playing around with it to kind of optimize it and everything else, but it's based on a theme called Anivia. And I want to show you, this is an example of a fully optimized one. I'm getting the demo content for this tomorrow. And so you can see that this is an example of the news style. So you can see here, this is all optimized. You can see it's got review stars, which do put the Google meta tags in there for each one. And you can do a demo. Let me just throw in here. So you can do featured image, little excerpt goes with it, tags, and everything else. I'm optimizing it with some more money type stuff. It has polls, sign up for email, has full social media integration. We're going to add to this. Again, it's got a Google placeholder, which again is responsive. So as you shrink down, you can see it literally changes along with your design. You can change literally just build the color you want. You can make it narrow, very narrow, full width, wide, boxed. See, you can even do back end images as well. You can change whatever you want. So you can change the fonts. We got all the top Google fonts in here. So again, literally in just a few clicks, you can do all sorts. Now, Linda's asking, a mega menu would be awesome. Yes, it would. Would you like a mega menu? We've got you covered. Yes, a mega menu allows you to do all sorts of really cool stuff. And absolutely, yes, you can. It's actually one of my requirements and one of the reasons I picked this theme. This is a mega. Pam's asking, what's a mega menu? A mega menu is allowing you to do just more than just drop downs, which are old and boring. You can actually put lots of cool stuff right in here, like featured, like featured videos, featured posts, like you're seeing here in category. You could do all sorts of cool stuff with that. Now, that's one style. Let's take a look at another style. Literally, with a click, you can have a full magazine style. So again, great for niches. Imagine that you've got all the great categories all done. You get this slider, by the way, that's included. We get a license for that as well, and you get the license. What we're going to do is we're going to integrate multiple setups into the site builder. So you can pick a template. I want a magazine style, boom, done. I want a news style, boom, done. I want a blog style, boom, done. I want an e-commerce site. Guess what? Boom, done. And want to see how powerful that is? Here's a blog style. I'll just go to the front. Here's again, mega menu, where you got multiple columns. You can have all the different things you want. You can even do showcases like this, all sorts of great stuff and layouts. I'm going to show you how to do some of this stuff in just a few moments. We can also do a store. Look at this. Want to start an e-commerce store full of, say, for example, affiliate products, Amazon products, or what have you. Because it's got WooCommerce, you can bolt it right in. You can put all sorts of great feeds in there, and boom, you've got a store. Look at this. Add it to the cart or go check it out. Boom, it has direct integration with WooCommerce. All of this is part of WooCommerce, and I can say, okay, I like that picture. Let me have a look at that picture. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, great. Like that, like that. Okay, I want that jacket. Great. Add it to the cart. And look up here. Add it to the cart. Great. Here's one item, $45 in my cart. I can go here. I can see all the other latest products and, whether I want to go now proceed to checkout. I can go buy this jacket. Guess what? That's all integrated into what's going to be in this plugin and this theme. Now, someone's saying, what's behind the e-commerce? It's a system called WooCommerce. And again, it's got direct integration for some example stuff. We're going to get all the example stuff for this, like example layouts that you can then customize, sample data and things like that you can then plug and play. And we'll have some training on this. But as you can see, it's just awesome. Look, here's a mega menu with products, featured products, and boom, 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 done. Now, here's the cool thing. You can see that this is pretty flexible. There's a lot you can do with this. But if you want to see some real power, we're going to get, and this has been the sticking point and why it's taken 3 weeks to negotiate this. There's a very powerful element that is included with this that I am trying to secure the white label rights for. The reason being is I'm getting my hands on something that adds literally a metric crap ton of power to any theme you want. Let me show you. This, I'm going to literally go over here, and if you're hearing a cricket in the background, we just loaded up our Chameleon with crickets, and we have a singer. So if anyone has a shotgun to hand, we'll take care of that one.
Sprayed them, I've squished them, I've thumped them, they're not shooting.
Yeah, there's always one cricket. So the price of having chameleons. I love the little bugger, but those crickets drive me nuts sometimes. It's great. We don't notice them. half the time we don't notice them, but there's always one that just wants to start singing right when we go on air. But oh well, I think we'll be
I
okay.
hadn't got my mic on purpose.
There you go. Well, you're good, honey. So I'm going to create a page. Now, so what I'll do is I'm just going to call this demo page, okay? Now, you might notice there's a little thing up here called Front End Builder. This is one of my favorite all-time tools, and we're going to change this to be Profit Builder. Now, this is a very cool little setup. So I'm going to publish this page first of all. Okay, there's nothing on here yet, but I'm going to click this button. Now, what happens is I can now edit this page live. Now, watch this. I got a blank page. I got nothing on it. I don't even have a header. So you'll see that we've got this incredible little new menu here. And maybe I want to create a sales page as an example. So what I can do is I can just make sure I'm maximized here. Let's just say, okay, let's create a headline so I can see all of these different options. I've got video, image, button, bullet list, just standard HTML, testimonials, contact forms. I've got all sorts of little elements that I can use to build up this page. And then if I click here, I've got more. I can add charts, diagrams, percentage bars, pie charts, pricing tables. I've got little things like sliders, creative posts, featured posts, contact forms, posts, masonry posts if I want a stack of things. All sorts of other great things. There's the team. We've got categories, ad spaces, sliders. Hey, why stop there? Let's go here. We've got link lists and all sorts of other magazine link lists and styles, text links. Okay, great. And we can expand upon this. I can drop in products right on this page. This sounds pretty good, but what the hell is it do? Well, let me show you. I'm going to just drop in a heading. Let's say so. Okay, boom. I can click it once and I can drag. Well, let me create a row first. So here's my first row. And you can see for this row, I start getting options. It's a full width row. Great. But now I'm going to add a short code. Okay, so I'm going to grab a heading. I'll drop it on there. And let's actually add some text. So let's say this is a test headline. And, oh, actually, let me take this row off of full width. In fact, let me delete that. I'm going to take this. Oh, I have to speak up apparently. So, okay, 1 second. So I'm going to actually, let me take this row. I'm going to add that row there. This row I want to actually delete. And I forgot with this setup. You know what? Let me do it. Let me do it on their base one because I buggered something up, to be quite honest, with my test deployment. Let me actually just go create a new page real quick. Actually, let me just do it that way. I forgot it doesn't like me doing the full width ones right now, and I've got a conflict somewhere. But let me just do that. Publish that. And the cool thing is, if you go to any page, like this is a blank page right now, you can see that. But what I can do is I get a little icon up here that allows me to turn this on from the front page. So you can just edit from the front page. But I'll add a new row. I'll just create it there and I'll drag and drop. You can see you can drop a headline right there. So let's say this is absolutely awesome. And you can see literally it's building it in real time. Now, I like the size, but maybe I want to add a little bit bigger. So I'm going to customize the size. I'll make it bloody big. There we go. So, okay, that's fine. Maybe a little smaller, killing it a little much. So, and then if I want to, I can set animation or whether I want to change a couple of things on it. I can also come in here and edit it if I want to. Let's actually center that up and I'm good to go. But if I want to open in the editor, I can adjust a couple of things. Say, for example, me, I'm a geek. I love doing geeky things. So what I'll do is and again, we're going to add some extra features and functions to this. But say, for example, now again, just because I like things, and both myself and my wife want more control over things. 10. Unmute your microphone for a second. I have to ask you, what do you think of Optimize Press 2 as a designer? Because it's funny.
My Optimize Press 2 is okay, but I can't get to the code and it drives me. Well,
We can't hear you. You're not unmuted.
I'm not unmuted.
Okay, hold
I
on.
muted myself.
Okay. No, I'll unmute you.
There you go.
Okay, but yeah, you need to unmute yourself. You're muted. You've muted yourself.
I was the boss.
It's the perfect wife.
Oh, shit.
I can only get away with that because we just had a.
You are
Anniversary.
so lucky that I can't reach across the desk.
I know, but still can't hear you. So I don't know if you have your.
I've unmuted me.
You're not unmuted.
I'm unmuted.
I don't know if you can hear her.
Huh.
Nope.
No.
Oh well, no, you are. I just can't hear you.
Oh,
Then it's my bloody headphones. So it's not.
you turned your ears off, is what it is.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna have to kick this. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna try and turn this off now.
Yeah, see, they can hear you. I could just talk about you now and you can't hear anything.
Oh well, hold on. I've got a better solution. Hold on. I've got another set of headphones. I suddenly hear your voice through my other set.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, well, bloody hell. Okay, so you were saying, my love.
I was saying I don't like Optimize Press 2. It turns out really neat looking stuff, but working with it is really boxy. So as a coder, I want to be able to get behind the scenes on all of it. And if I want to jump into code and change a bunch of stuff without going through a bunch of boxes, I can't do that with Optimize Press. I can, but only to a point.
That's a very good point. And again, you just see what I'm doing here. I could also say put in an animation. Watch what happens. See, as you load the page, it fades in. I can apply CSS3 type animations to absolutely everything.
It just has some really nice styling to it.
Yeah.
Automatically.
This one's my favorite. I love the lightning speed one, but again, you can just apply all sorts of direct.
Oh, God, you brought back blinking text.
Yeah, I'm going to have marquee in a minute. Okay, that's a really old HTML joke. Never use marquee. But again, instant animations for anything. You can do this with images. But yeah, this one's my favorite because it's cheeky. And again, there's no latency, no mucking around.
Not smooth. It looks like Flash.
There you go, kind of. So let's throw in a video. And I can choose maybe... Well, we could build the Donahoe sales page out of this, but, like everyone's doing recently. But I'll just throw that in there. Click on that. Let me throw in a video. And just click on that. It throws in a demo one. But well, big butt
I say
button.
leave that one.
I love that one. So now I can add in a list. And
It's not Flash, though, right?
no, it's not. That's the beautiful thing. It's all direct. So if I add in an item
Which
here,
means it's still all good for SEO.
oh, it's perfect for SEO. It's HTML5. It has all the markup you could ever want. So let me just say, okay, it's fast.
I think you got Rona excited.
It's furious. It's awesome stuff. And then I can change the, say, for example, icon. Let's make it a big check mark. There you go. I needed one for that last one. And then I can change other things as well. The one thing I don't like about this, and again, this is stuff that we're going to add, I can't change the font size. So I have to go in here, and then if I wanted to, change it to maybe H3. So there's some finer control points. See, so that breaks it. And it's because it's on...
Do it again?
Well, I have to do that, you see, and it breaks it. So there's a few things that I'm not happy with that when we get the final version, we'll be changing it. So let me just do it as it was. So it's fast. It's furious. Okay, I know I missed the apostrophe out there, but I don't care. There we go. So again, you can build that up. You can have some fun. And again, sometimes it gets killed because now if I go into here, for example, it removed all of the line breaks. It would have killed that. But it's as simple as we can make it. And again, if I want to just kind of preview um, things here, let me just get a little bit of echo there from my honey. So, for example, I would just want to show hide the controls. I can test it. See, how does it look for the customer? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? What's it doing? So I can test it. I can test how it looks in different widths. So, for example, mobile. You can test it on an iPad. Test it on a mobile. Okay, it's stacking. It's looking good. But I can see, for example, my headline here might not be. I might need to make that smaller or add some line height. But you can see how it kind of looks, and can just kind of preview it.
You could
Instantly.
pretend that you meant to do that. It's kind of stylish.
Sorry, go ahead, honey.
So you could pretend that you meant to do that. It looks
you
kind
could
of
pretend
stylish.
that you meant to do that. It looks kind of stylish.
Well, there you go. Happy accidents, as we call them.
What SEO plugin is in this?
We're using WP SEO,
Okay.
Yoast's SEO, and that's pretty good. But I'm just going to show you. The cool thing with this is you can set up all sorts of layouts, and then I can do another one here. Say, for example, I want to copy that one. I can duplicate it, grab it, drag it down. Then I can keep all my styling that I like. If I want to add a spacer, that's fine. Let me just throw a spacer in here. And then I can drag the rows around. So I can say, okay, I want that one there. Maybe I just want a separator. Okay, well, I got a separator in there now. I got my next title. And the cool thing is that once you do this, you can, for example, I could just let me just throw in an image. And I got a basic one there. I'm just going to throw in 3 images just to kind of stack it up and just kind of really quickly build a page. And then I'm going to add another row. And let me just kind of create a button. So I can add a button. And you can see that's... Again, most of these items have some sort of kind of pre-built options and things like that. We got all sorts of fonts in here, or icons, should I say. Let's do that one, and then that's fine. And we'll make this one a blue button. So there you go. And then connect with us on Facebook. Just as an example, I'm just throwing completely random stuff here. And then size, let's make it big. Okay, that's kind of ugly. Okay, and then we can do things like, do we want it rounded? See that? Then let's see the icon. What size do we want that? Well, we did that at 35. Let's do this at 35. Get everything matching. Boom. And then you can add things like whether we want any horizontal padding. Let's add a little padding there. Little horizontal padding, vertical padding. And again, boom. You could build your add to cart button just literally instantly. And then you can have things like what happens when it rolls over. See that animated effect? Again, that's great. Let's take that same color, and then I'm just going to shift that a little bit. See that rolls over there? Again, all CSS3 animation, no problem at all. And that really is one of the very cool things about this. And let's make it full width. So boom, there's full width. Maybe I don't want the icon after all. I'll take that off. And we have all sorts of other ones in our collection as well. Creative ones, what's called the alternatives and things like that. But maybe I just don't want an icon after all. So I can take that off if I wanted to, no problem. Or, yes, no, whatever. The option is ours. We can set things up as we want to. We can open it in a new tab and all that kind of good stuff. We can have it pop open, or again, we've got all the animations that we want as well. So, for example, I could say, okay, what happens is, let's just, again, I've got to adjust this a little bit, but let's do slide in from top. Boom. So again, you can play around with that. Again, let's hide the controls and have a look at it. Now, the cool thing is, if I'm going to just save the page. Okay. So again, you get this little extra row. You can also save it as a template. So once you've got one setup that you really, really like, you can then load the page or load a template, and boom, you just pull it in. You're good to go. The cool thing is that once you've got all of this done, you can just switch back and forth between the browser, test things out, see what you like. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've saved this page, hey, this page is good to go. What we can do is just go back to our page, and let's go and actually edit this page. Now, here's the thing. If you look at it in the visual editor, you will see all this stuff. What's behind it is all of the actual code. Now, for us, we can now take that, copy and paste it, and take entire blocks. Or you can just go to the front-end builder, and again, let's just view the page in a browser. You can see all that animation, everything else, boom, right there. Instant eye-catching, boom, boom, boom. You can create squeeze pages. You can create sales pages, literally absolutely anything. Hey, is this a gallery image? You click on it, it opens up in a light box. No problem. But again, we're going to change this and make it so that we can build literally a whole, I will create a whole ton of sales pages. We'll create a whole load of themes and templates for, like squeeze pages, OTO pages, JV pages, everything you can imagine. Now, again, we've got a lot of plans for this. Initially, it's just going to be a page builder. Okay. But what we're planning to do is we're going to turn this into literally a replacement for OptimizePress. You put this plugin on any site, any theme. It works, like I say, any site, any theme, and boom, you're done. Boom, you're done. You click together a page literally in minutes, and that works out very, very well indeed. Very, very simple, very, very powerful. And I am trying to secure, well, put it this way, we're in closing negotiations for everything. We've negotiated on the price, and I've talked them down a lot from, well, $45,000 was where the bidding started, which started me laughing hysterically. But we've managed to get this to a point where I'm happy with it. Basically, here's a bottom line with negotiations. When both people walk away not quite happy but okay with it, then you've got a deal. So, I'm paying a little more than I'd like. They're coming down a lot from where they were. I'm getting the better end of the deal. But again, this is something that I am very, very excited about. You can see how quickly you can put together absolutely amazing stuff. And this is really the first time Tam has seen the details of some of this. Tam, as a designer, what do you see here in terms of the power of flexibility? We do a lot of manual coding in that, but for the average user, what do you think about this in terms of ease of use?
Well, it should be easier for people that are more visual and don't want to get in heavy into the code. And as long as they still can do a word editor, just like designing stuff in Word with a little bit of extra, they should be good with it. And then if you want HTML, you can dig underneath. So depends on how far down you want to go. But most people should be able to do it.
Yeah, I think so too, and that's kind of what we're liking now. Do you notice the Terry Pratchett reference on this page?
Let me see.
Just that, I did that for you. I just highlighted it.
I don't see anything highlighted.
Okay, very bottom of the page, footer, left side, next to the icon.
Oh, I can't see it that small. Okay, yeah, I do see it. Carpet gel. Okay.
Yeah,
Seize the throat. There you go.
That's the way that we do business. Seize the throat. Not seize the day, seize the throat, because the day will come. There you go. Anyway, a little bit of Terry Pratchett humor for the British among us. But the cool thing with this is that, again, you can literally plug in the Rapid Content Wizard directly into this and literally set up a silo, set up your funnels, power up your entire blog. Hey, no problem. Post Amazon products and everything else, and boom, 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 done. Now, this is coming down the pipeline. Again, this is not going to be ready for a little while. I wanted to show you this because, again, this has been, as Tam will attest to, an ongoing process. Because I've not been happy with the existing IMSC theme, or I like it. Actually, I love it, but I wanted to add a lot more flexibility. I wanted to put more flex in Flex theme. So we've been negotiating this relentlessly so that we can bring this to you, but it's going to be a little while yet because people are asking, when's this going to be available? It's going to be one of the projects that we're going to do straight after the launch. In fact, I'm doing it right now, even though we're getting ready to launch Rapid Content Wizard on the June 17th. But I've been in the background negotiating this one, and this is actually going to be part of probably our next launch after Rapid Content Wizard. Getting a lot of stuff organized for that to literally just extend, expand, and generally have some bloody fun. But have a lot more power here as well. So this is going to be down the pipeline. We want to fine tune it. And again, I'm actually hiring the people who develop this theme, or I'm looking to hire them to then expand it, do support, and everything else in line with it as well. Basically, we just want to take it to the next level and create something absolutely awesome that will be an all-in-one system. Because even with Optimized Press 2, the blog method and system in it sucks. I cannot stand the blog side of it. It works, don't get me wrong. But the problem with Optimized Press is it's great when you come to page design. However, when you actually come to the blog and the actual site that can drive it, it sucks. So we're trying to create something that's literally as flexible on the front end as it is on the back end. And that's really quite powerful indeed. Now, before I jump on, I really should answer some questions. And Tam, I see lots of red flags. So can you funnel a couple of those at me real quick, and then we'll rock and roll. Oh, hold on. Now, again, we're getting a little bit of echo, so I had muted my wife, which I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Anything I was saying, right? Okay, fine. Let's see. Oh, can you export the template to use it in another website?
Ooh, that's
if you set it all up and then you want to export it, I suppose you could clone it, but
no, actually, I think you can. That was one of the things I wanted to double check. You know what? Let me just see. If I go, okay, that's a bloody good question. Save pages template name, test, and now didn't save it there, but I'm kind of curious. That's a bloody good question.
Because Optimized Press saves templates, but only within that site, and you have to assign the template before you build the page. So
yeah, but you can the other cool thing is you can actually export a template for use. That's what we do, and that's how you guys have got some of my sales pages and stuff in the past. That's a bloody great question, and let me test something here. Okay, yeah, and they can't spell resolution. That cracked me up. That's definitely one of the things we're going to have to add. That's a great suggestion and a good catch. So what you can do in the meantime is, because it generates the actual code, you can take that code and then copy and paste it into a new theme, no problem. That's one of the things you cannot do with Optimized Press, is you cannot just copy and paste and put stuff in there. You can with this. So, okay, next question. That's a bloody good question, by the way, and I'm glad you mentioned that.
Well, if you do that, if you wanted to make money with it, could you sell the template somehow? Not really. They'd have to have this anyway.
No, we won't allow that.
Yeah.
Because that defeats the purpose. If people are creating themes, they end up ripping off our themes and then selling them. No, the idea is that we'll create all the themes. We'll create a little template club or something like that, and do it that way, maybe. But no, we're not gonna do that.
Okay. Then the next one is, does it work well with Share This plugin? I use that on do the YouTube channel subscribe feature, which Share This kind of gets, I mean, that's a bolt-on anyway, so it should work. You just put that into a widget and it should be fine.
Yeah, this will work with everything. We designed this to work with, well, the idea behind this is to work with any theme and any plugin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an expander and an extender. And so you can put short codes in here and do all sorts of stuff like that.
Okay. Can you talk about how this works with a silo type site? I mean, it's kind of...
We're actually going to get to that in just a few months. We're actually going to showcase a little bit of Rapid Content Wizard Lightning and a couple of things there.
And the plugin that you are designing pages that you're showing, it includes the theme, and then WooCommerce is not just a plugin. It's kind of the theme and the plugin and everything else.
It's the theme, the plugin, and a few other things as well. For example, you can see here, this is WooCommerce. This is a separate free plugin. Yop Poll handles the poll management. KK Star Ratings handles the stars. So there's lots of things like that.
And when it comes out, it'll all be bundled, like all in one install?
Yes. Yeah, the site builder will literally build the whole thing for you and deploy it.
So you don't have to go finding all the pieces. It'll just pop them all in there.
We're actually going to be supplying them separately to members as well. So you can get Flex themes separately and use that on an existing site, for example. The Profit Builder, as we're calling it, you can get that separately, plot that on any site. So they're all going to be individuals, but the site builder is going to then just kind of put them all together, deploy it. There's your e-commerce site, there's your blog site, news site, magazine site, and what have you.
And we can do that with WooCommerce as well, right? Because WooCommerce is free.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if they need to get a number for that.
No, they don't.
Not for the base WooCommerce.
No,
Just
no,
for
no.
if you have any bolt-ons
Exactly.
to WooCommerce itself, because there's bolt-ons for WooCommerce.
Yes, and we're not using any bolt-ons on this site, for
Base.
example. It's just base stock standard. We've just got some customizations that make it go, ooh.
Yeah, and you should be able to put the basic WooCommerce bolt-ons if you purchase them onto it, I would hope.
Oh, yes, absolutely. There'd be no interference at all. They just add a little extra power.
But it runs without them, so it should be fine.
That's correct, yeah. We're trying to make everything free. And basically, you'll be getting this all for free as members. It's just kind of one of the big things we're working on to kind of just take things to the next level. The one thing we do have here, for example, is the Revolution slider. You didn't see any examples here, but this is an animated slider that you can do all sorts with as well. And it's great for showcasing stuff.
That's it for now.
Okay, cool. Well, let me mute my wife, which I wish it was so easy in real life. Okay, now I got a duck. But I'm going to get myself in so much trouble. But yeah, let's actually set up a silo real quick. Now, this is me taking a little bit of a gamble because Alan's sat here waiting because he knows this is the kind of the final version that we're releasing on Tuesday. And he's added a couple of extra little things here. But let's just set up, for example, I'll go to posts. I'm going to set up a category, and someone give me a niche that we can use as a demo, and make it a popular niche, a good niche, and we'll just create a quick silo. So someone suggest a niche in the questions box. Okay. Not elephant herding. Okay, yes, we will not be using elephant herding. That's the joke I always make. Flat belly, jogging, health and fitness. Okay, those are good suggestions. Weight loss. Let's take the good old weight loss. So I'm going to create a quick category. Again, I could put a little description in here, something for the weight loss is one of the hardest things to do for a man over 30. Okay, and yada yada. Let's just say yada yada yada. Okay, so you could then put your targeted text in here and everything else. So let's just add that. And okay. So that's that. And I apparently didn't. Sorry, what were you going to say? Speak up. Okay. Yeah, next week I'm going to try and broadcast from Windows because this is. Or you know what, Tam? Remind me after the show. I'm going to get a boom. for the microphone. Okay, so I don't use one. I have a great little desktop mic, but it's bloody GoToWebinar that keeps screwing, in all honesty, with my volume. It keeps trying to readjust it and rebalance it, which is great, but I have to keep talking up. And it says, oh, I'm talking too loud, so we're going to adjust your volume down. Now no one can hear me. Oh, well, talk up, Sean. So, okay, well, I'll just leave it at that. So we got our category. What I'll do now is I'm going to fire up, and again, I'm on a Mac, just for reference, and I'm using this on a Mac. This is RCW running in VMware. So you can see I'm using it virtually here, but let me just go into Unity mode, and boom, and okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's just say, I could use, how do I want to do this? I could use the Rapid Wizard, and I could just go after the word weight loss, next, and then my website, I don't have one yet, so I'll enter it in here. So I could do imscflex.com/core, admin user. Now again, okay, I'm glad it actually hid that. And I think that's the correct username. I should double check. No, it's not. It's admin. So let me do that. Okay. And select my category. Do I want to spin the content? No, I'm not going to. Finish. And then I've got my categories. Now I have done no configuration here, but I'm just going to go post. So, and fingers crossed. Now I'm going to actually pull on Alan at this stage. Alan, you there, sir?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Good God, yes.
Change the. I think the may have something to do with the post date.
Oh, okay.
You might have to set that in the past.
Okay, let me set it there. Okay.
And now hit the post now.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, it might be that I've just set this up, installed it, and not configured anything, but that's what you would do. Okay, let me actually go back to the content builder. Let me do it this way. I'm going to do weight loss, and I'm going to just grab some content. And so we'll just give that a second. It's going to go find, and I'm sure it will find some content on weight loss.
Again, you could have done a randomized too. It would have been done a whole bunch of, but this is fine.
Yeah, I want to show a couple of things here.
Sure, that's fine.
Because he's just added a great library of amazing images as well, which we haven't even talked about, and that is, fingers crossed, gonna work in.
Yeah, they're really nice. I really like the quality that comes out of that compared to Flickr.
Yeah, Flickr is kind of hit and miss. Wikimedia, well, it's Wikimedia, but
it's hit and miss as well.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm just gonna double click. I'm just gonna throw in some random stuff here, and I have no idea what I'm clicking here, but we're just gonna throw in some content. So okay, boom, boom, boom. Oh my good grief. Okay, even I know how to spell recognizes. But yeah, there's
that spell checker. Yeah,
we have a spell checker in here. We want to see what's going in. Okay, I actually don't like that category, and we'll put that in there. Boom, boom, boom. So again, we just click together a complete article in seconds. But let's go through in an image. So I'm going to click on Pixabay. Hold your fingers, cross your toes. Oh, I didn't put my API in there. That's me. That's me. Because again, we just installed this. Give me, just Skype me your username and your API key real quick.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't enter in any of this information, so this is not a fault of. This is a user problem because I didn't put any of my API keys in there, not even my Amazon keys. So I'm going to steal them from Alan real quick. He's going to be very generous to put in his Amazon key as well. Hint, hint. And Has he?
It's in the chat box.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Bloody well isn't. Oh, you put it in the chat box. Okay. Oh, you see now you just
Where
kind
did
of,
you?
I see. I was looking in Skype. You're confusing me. Don't confuse the Skype.
Oh.
All hell breaks loose. Okay.
We don't want everybody to see it, do we?
No, that's true. I was doing it on the other monitor. But okay, let me see here. Why is that not doing that? Okay, that.
I could put it in there if it'd be easier for you.
Yeah, something would be easier. I don't know why this is not copying snot across. Okay, so that and then that. No, it's not copying snot. This is again a part of being cross-platform. Okay, let me try
I
that.
put it in your personal Skype, and I'll.
Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Let's see that. Now it's working. There we go. That's also a thing with GoToWebinar as well. I know. Okay, so 2 seconds, ladies and gents. You see, this is just proves to you because someone asked me the other day, you must pre-record these sessions. Yeah, right. Do you think you'd get half of this stuff in there if that was the case? Okay, so
We just finished. I just finished adding this like right before tonight, right before 9 o'clock. So
This
this
is
is
very true.
really.
this is kind of a little bit of ad hoc, but okay, there's images. Look at this. Boom. I'm just going to put that in there. Little image preview. Is that going to work? That'll work for me. These are stock quality images. This is the really cool thing. So let me just kind of put that right there. Boom.
Yeah.
And you have to have a little attribution link, but again, you can on your website get a little program like no follow links and stuff like that, and you're all good to go. Now again, I can now go
That's
ahead.
part of having it for free. They make you do that attribution, but it's a
to
fair
me,
exchange.
I think it's a very fair exchange, and you're also linking out to an authority site which can help your SEO. So I can go
Right.
ahead and edit this if I wanted to, make some changes
Mhm.
in here, but now I can actually preview it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm happy with that. Fine. Now I can actually go and post that. So with that, I can.
Top left.
I was going to say, yeah, my brain was fried for a second there. So now I can go to actually imscflex.com /core, then admin, and okay, I'm just checking to make sure it doesn't give away the password. And then boom, boom, boom.
Add.
Click on add. Again, weight loss. And do I want to put it in draft status? Yes, let's do that. And then click that. I want to post it. You could set it as a post or a page. I'm going to do it as a post. No spinning. I'm good to go. And boom.
You're good to go.
Now, that's added that.
Yeah,
We're
that's
good
done.
to go. Now let's go look on the website. And this is the moment of truth. Okay, so
Crossing my fingers.
yeah, me too. Oh, I didn't set a title. I'm a dumbass.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
So you got
what
all the content. You have to have a title.
Yeah, you have to
Uh-huh.
have a title, and I screwed that up. So let me delete that. Okay, move that to trash. That again, the ID10T error, the famous ID10T error, the idiot, and that was me. So let's set a title. Let's grab a title. Kind of think about it. There you go. Boom, title, good. And I should have checked that myself. Better do this before I demo this live on a webinar. And remember how to use the damn thing. Okay,
Preview.
so preview, post, and again, I can put in.
And you can go to the drop down now. You should have it, I
forgot.
think.
Yes. Where is that drop down?
Load WP
Oh, yes,
right
there
there.
we go. Boom.
Boom. You got it.
And there you go. So now we can do that. Post it as draft, post, good to go. And we're good. Now, fingers crossed, refresh the page. And here we go. So now I can go edit that. You can see it's done all of the bits and pieces you may want.
There it is. Yeah.
Just edit it. It was in draft status. There's our image. There's all that good stuff. And again, let's actually schedule this for the future, or let's just save it right now. So I'm going to schedule that. Actually, it's now live. Let's go look at that on the site. So there we go. There's our post, and it's got everything we need on there. It's got the featured image, and again, it's linking out. We're using NRelate here for related content, but boom, all done, literally in a heartbeat. So very, very powerful indeed. So again, that's kind of, sorry, go ahead.
There's a whole lot more that you didn't mention, but that's getting started. Absolutely.
Yeah, this, again, there's so much more to this. Setting up a campaign. We want to set up a campaign? No problem. Here's, you can set up a campaign, create your entire campaign. You can post to Facebook. You can post to groups, pages. You can post to your timeline, your personal timeline. Yep. You can integrate things like Article Builder. Not only does it create content, it posts it automatically and promotes it as well. You can hook it into all sorts of very powerful promotion
Linklicious,
tools.
link pipeline,
backlinks indexer.
Backlinks, yep.
So there's a ton.
Every post is done automatically with that.
And not only that, it submits it to all the top RSS blog directories and everything else as well, which all the search engines love. And like I said, you could just create an entire campaign in seconds. So I could do, for example, weight loss. And again, my website's already in there. It's already saved all the information. Which category? Weight loss. Hit next. Don't want to spin it. Finish. And you could be done in literally seconds. Create multiple silos all around your different content. If you've watched video 1, which we're doing as a pre-launch, we sent out an email about that this morning. You can see the keyword selection methods that we use. Again, create an entire campaign in and around those gold keywords. And literally, now I can come back in here. I can go edit campaigns if I want to, see which campaigns I'm running, all the settings, fine-tune them. Maybe I don't want them as a post, I want them as a page. Maybe I only want to promote 1 per day and only 1 post. Or maybe I want to insert images from Pixabay instead of Flickr. I want to go and actually target LSI keywords, or maybe not. Maybe I want to grab auto-generate a title, or I want to enter my own title and use spin tags around it. Hey, whatever I want to do, you can pretty much do it with this amazing tool. And again, we haven't even covered things like monetization. So for example, I could drag in a Amazon product. Maybe I'm talking about weight loss. Boom, I can get a product from there, or a product from ClickBank, or a product from Commission Junction. No problem at all. If I want a randomizer, boom, 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 let it think about it. Now, this takes a little bit, but again, you can literally generate an entire article with all the elements that you want based on your settings in just 1 click. Not only that, you can use this to create bulk content for other tools. I mean, Alan, tell them about some of the other stuff that you can do that I haven't even covered here, just in this kind of brief session while this is running.
Well, I know one of the things that we were talking about before was infographics, right? That you create a little plugin and everything else. You could put an infographic on steroids here, because basically you could put the infographic in, and then you can put content around it. You can put other pictures around it. You can put offers, monetization around it. You could create the biggest infographic that you could ever want to create. And I could tell you, I mean, it's so fast to do it. I could probably create, I'm saying to you, maybe 3 minutes to create each infographic. I could probably within an hour have 25, infographics all ready to post somewhere.
Now that's just generated a very, very long, I mean, look how long that post is there based on just my default settings. And boom, boom, boom. That's a 1,500 word plus article that it generated just in the time we were talking there.
Yeah.
So that is absolutely amazing. And just boom, boom, boom. High quality content, all human readable, no spun crap here, but you can spin it if you want.
You can spin it though.
Yeah, you can check it with Copyscape, see what you need to edit, or spin the whole thing if you want to. That's one of
that's a good thing. The Copyscape is really useful too, because it'll actually highlight in red all the sentences and words that are considered duplicates, so that you can go in and actually, change them and alter them, so you can make it as unique as you want it to be.
That's exactly it. And someone's asking, is this run on a server? No, this is desktop software. This is the beautiful thing. You're in control. You're not relying on any server or anything else. This is all run on your machine, and it just literally runs in the background as a hidden task, and you're good to go. Go ahead, Tam. You can have to unmute yourself when you need to speak there, babe, because I keep muting you. But okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Just a quick
Thank you.
question.
Just a quick question. Can you use this for different websites from one panel? Or is it all going to the same?
Oh, you could, yeah, depending on the
You can do all your websites from this tool.
absolutely.
Everything.
Now, depending on the license you get, there is
Yeah.
certain restrictions. For example, the base version will allow you. Crap, I forgot how many it is. I've been working with so much stuff.
Was it 10?
10 and 20 campaigns. So if you've got 10 licenses, you can have up to 20 campaigns, or whichever limit you hit first. However, you guys are going to get the pro version, which is unlimited.
Which is unlocked. Yep.
And
So
this runs on XP?
this runs on Windows.
It'll run on
7.
XP, Windows 7, and Windows 8.
There you go, and obviously Vista as well, which is the red-headed stepchild in the middle there.
Vista, it'll run, but sometimes people have problems with how the security's set up in Vista. So just a warning: if you have Vista, maybe you ought to get Windows 7.
If you've got Vista, run. That's all I'm going to say, because Vista was horrible. But yeah, it'll run on XP Professional all the way up to Windows 8. And for example,
Correct.
I'm running this on Windows 8 right now in a virtual environment on a Mac. So if anything was going to break, it's right here. Okay, because I'm using everything that you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
And it works fine.
Tell
And
them
it
how
works
we can also create PLR articles out of this too, right? Using that save PDF button up there
Absolutely.
on the top.
You can save it as a text file, PDF. You can save it as HTML. You can also bulk create. Literally everything you want is right in here. I mean, there's so much power.
And you can actually bulk create and have the bulk create used as input into your auto posting.
Absolutely.
Automatically. It'll actually create the campaign all for you with all of the content that you created from the bulk.
So you can post hundreds and hundreds of backdated articles all at once.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, how powerful is that? Literally unlimited content. It is one of the most powerful content creators you will ever find. In fact, there's nothing on the market that will touch this. Although one thing I noticed, which again we might want to change, Alan, which is just while I've got you here and before it goes off my head. A very small thing. When it posts the content, don't include the title in the actual post. Strip that out of the actual post. Otherwise,
you mean in the article itself?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, take it out of the article itself. Okay.
Yeah, because I noticed it did that and I pulled it out, but that's one thing we might want to just adjust. That's just a little minor thing I caught there. But yeah, I think again this is the kind of, we're doing the last spit and polish before we launch. So
right.
Again, you guys are getting the sneak peek of the final version.
Will it spin the bulk articles too?
Yes, that's how it actually does the bulk articles. It will it has two spinners. It will either just spin the content, or if you want, you can say, I want to spin the images, I want to spin the content, I want to spin the videos, and it spins all of that.
It'll regenerate new content for each piece automatically. That's very powerful. The other thing which I wanted to mention is the monetization. And again, you've got access now to millions of products through Amazon, through ClickBank, Commission Junction, literally unlimited potential monetization. And again, you can use this on any environment where you're converting it. Maybe you've got something like WP Insert and you're using it for list building, you're using it for satellite sites that are promoting your main money site. I always recommend that you go through your content and kind of test it, make sure that you're happy with the settings before you put it on fully automatic. But you can play around and you can see the power of this. It's amazing. Plus, you get basically an absolutely free version of Microsoft Word. because this is as close. This is pretty much a fully functional word processor right here, with all of the bits and pieces, even tables of contents, and you can generate ebooks, short reports. I mean, everything you can imagine, it's all right here, including saving it as a docx if you want to, and everything else, or
You can even print it.
PDF. It's all right in here, and you can print it as well. So if you've got kids who want to do homework, they can use this for all sorts of niche research. They can be masters of any subject they want as well. So very powerful. Now, sorry, Tam, you can ask a question.
So the question was, is there a spinner in it, or are the spinners charging? Like some are paid, some are not.
Yeah, we're not.
They're paid spinners.
Yeah, they're paid spinners.
And there's a good reason for that, is because to develop your own spinner. I'm sorry to jump on you, Sean, but to develop your own spinners, it's a tremendous amount of work. It's not something that can be easily done in something like this. For us to develop it would probably take 6 months to a year to develop our own. We wanted to get this out, so that's why we use. And plus, the paid spinners, you have groups of programmers that have developed them and have spent a lot more time and put a lot more effort and work to make them really top notch. So we only picked the top 3 that are out there, and that was Word AI, which is a new one, which is really, really good. I would encourage you all to look at that. It's expensive, but it's very, very good. And then we have Spin Rewriter, and then we have the Best Spinner.
Yeah. So we got 3 that we support, but let me also tell you why we didn't build one, because it sucks. Okay. We looked at creating our own spinner, and we obtained a database, a synonym database, and honestly, doing the reverse grammatical analysis at the sentence and processing level, I just said, no, we're not doing that. There's some great ones out there. They're not expensive. They're like $79 for a year, for example. I think Word AI.
I think you can get the Best Spinner for $39. Somebody found a coupon for it or something like that. If you wanted to go the cheapest route.
Yeah, the Best Spinner. I mean, even at its regular price. Let me just go there real quick. Okay, that's all the things. It's.
But, I should mention too, Sean. I mean, there's a lot of other products that use spinners. So even if you buy it for Rapid, it's actually good to have a spinner for your business.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you want a spinner, you can, but honestly, a lot of the times you don't need it. So yeah, if you check it with Copyscape, for example, you'll find even the base stuff created, because again, when you spin content, it becomes unreadable. There's no perfect spinner out there because it's based on synonyms. The difference between, for example, the dog ate the bone, the cat ate the femur, the monkey ate the kneecap. There's, bad monkey. But you get the idea. I'm changing the animal, I'm changing the part of the body or the bone and stuff like that. So it doesn't make bloody sense. So a lot of the times spinners can help, they can also hinder. So you've kind of got to put the human eyeball on that. Word AI is actually one of the best ones we've seen. It is a little more expensive.
Yeah, it's a monthly fee for that one. It's not cheap.
They've got a couple of other options.
Right.
Let me go to the pricing. The yearly one, which is the Turing plan, yeah, it's a little more expensive. But that, again, is for the harder core content producer. And honestly, if you've got, say, for example, 20 or 100 sites and you're using something like that, that is a no-brainer. But again, that's when you're scaling up your business as well. And the monthly plan, $49 a month. Yeah, it's a little more expensive, but it works out pretty well at the end of the day. So,
hey, Sean, can I put you on the spot?
Go ahead.
Okay, if you're developing content, right, and you want to post it to Google, what is the percentage of uniqueness now that's probably regarded as the minimum that you would need to not get flagged by Google?
Well, here's the thing. There's a couple of new algorithm changes in around the whole Panda and the quality content. The old days, it was about you could get away with 40% unique. Nowadays, I would say you want at least 60%. And the cool thing is that this will generate far, far, far in excess of that. And the cool thing is, again, when you do the Copyscape thing, you can find out what's unique, what's not. And
that's what I was going to say.
And then modify it, and then boom, you just scaled up the uniqueness altogether, or just cut out those pieces altogether. Boom, done.
And that's probably the best thing to do, is just before you post it, if you're not doing the auto posting, is just to go in there and look at the highlighted red terms and just rewrite those or delete them or whatever it is you want to do.
Absolutely. No, sorry, Tam, you're going to ask something there. Go ahead.
Well, I've got two questions, which either you or Alan can address. One of them was, can you save the auto-generated content to the drafts and then play around with scheduling them? I mean, I know it does.
Yes.
That, so I just
Absolutely.
want to expand on that.
Yes. You can post it right away as a draft, and then you just go back into your drafts and check them over. That's why we added that feature there, so you can post them as.
But are they asking that, or are they asking can they save the auto-generated content at the beginning in the Word editor and then bring it back too, if they wanted to?
Answer and see.
Okay, you have to unmute yourself again.
I was going to say, let me. Okay.
Is that what they're asking about?
Just
They're
says
asking to
auto-generated concert. Yeah, no to the drafts, he says.
No, just
Okay.
to drop. So
Then that means to the WordPress site. Okay.
Yeah,
You
that's
can do
fine.
that.
And is Copyscape still paid in this system? You still have to have Copyscape, right?
Copyscape is not that expensive, really, but yes, it's paid. Again, it's probably the best one out there. Unless if somebody knows of a really good free one, I'll consider putting it in there. But that's the one everybody
Copyscape
likes
tends
to
be
use.
the kind of industry standard, and it's really not that expensive. If I can go to,
It's not.
Let's see, Copyscape Premium. Where is the bloody? I can't remember how much it was. It was only like $12 or something silly like that.
A month?
I think you'd spent I forget, it was like $20 or something. You got like.
Was it 1,000, 10,000, something?
Thousand, about, yes, 10,000, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 1,000.
Yeah, and actually, I think I have an account here. Let me just. Okay, I'm going to try and log in. Oh no! Okay.
You're in the sign-up page.
I was going to say, hold on, there's something wrong with this picture.
I hate when they do that. They trick you.
There you go.
So 1,000 credits.
Click to purchase more.
And it was okay. So I bought $50 worth of credits.
Okay.
And I had 1,000 checks. But you only do that when you're running manually. So you can see I've only used 4 checks. I've got a lot to go through that. But that's just me. I don't do anything small. But yeah, you could buy 200 credits, and I would like to buy 1,000 premium searches priced at $5, 5 cents each. It's not too bad at all. So you can see that I did, $50. I had 1,000 credits. I barely used them. You could put 10. You just get a minimum of 200 credits. You're good to go. Yeah. So not too bad at all.
I kind of know the answer to this one, but similar to Articles Builder, can you add a bio box at the bottom?
Oh, absolutely. That depends on your theme.
Right, to add either an author or links and syntax for multiple links.
Yeah, we do that. I mean, honestly, I do that as a theme, a theme option. For example, like this one, I posted this video just because I'm playing around with a theme, and I added that as a piece of content. But you can see, for example, admin, and then if you're posting that, I could put my about us information, and it automatically did that. That's a function of my theme and the user I'm posting as. So when you connect with your username and your user credentials to your blog, you can then create a posting account which has your bio and everything, and you're ready to go. So yeah, absolutely. Rock and roll. So, okay, cool. Let's see. Any other questions that we can jump into, or should we go into the live Q&A? Okay. Okay. Which one? Okay, Tam's indicating that for me to read. Oh, sorry, I can't. Okay, sorry. Just trying to make sure that we get um, everyone taken care of here. Okay, if we purchased a license for version 1, will we get a free upgrade to version 2? Well, as you're in the inner circle, you get it for free anyway. So yes, you will get a copy of it. We're going to give this to all inner circle members. You can see this is hundreds of dollars worth of stuff that we're doing here this evening. Well, actually, literally thousands of dollars worth of stuff. But yes, you absolutely get it for free as part of your inner circle.
But
So-
but Sean,
Mhm.
if they have a friend or somebody that has the original version, they will also get the upgrade.
That's true. Yes. Thank you for the clarification there. So yeah, anyone who's got the original version does get. Well, we're figuring out the migration part of that because I've got to basically make it so that the upgrade link doesn't get shared in Black Hat sites, and we've got people who are already looking for trying to get their hands on a cracked version of this, and Black Hat sites, all the little buggers out there. So we're just making sure that we lock it down and lock it up so that people don't. People basically, there are some really nasty people in this world who would do that, and it's a real shame when you spend. I mean, Alan. I mean, I'm going to give full credit to Alan. He's been working on this for over a year, and this is the culmination of many sleepless nights, many bottles of
Yeah.
scotch, and
Yeah.
well, Crown Royal. We don't really.
I don't drink scotch, but Crown, yep, lots of long nights, that's for sure. And of course, you've been keeping me on my toes too.
Oh, I've got to.
Which
That's
is
my
good.
bloody job.
That's right.
And so again, you know, when people go out there and then try and get a free copy or black hat it or crack it and then give it, you know, do group buys, nothing pisses me off more, to be quite frank.
I mean, and people don't realize just how much work goes into these things. I mean, just to make these. I mean, this thing looks pretty good and everything else, but it's the coding and the rework and the testing and making sure that everything works together. It's a big effort. Writing any kind of software program like this is not trivial.
No,
So,
it's not.
it just really hurts to see when people take advantage of you like that because they have no idea.
That's true. That's very true. Okay, let's see. I'll get some of the other questions here. I love the auto on the old, but I was afraid to post it because it would post pictures that didn't have anything to do with the content that was auto ridden. Did that change? Well, again, you can post, again, check it. It depends on the keywords you enter and what's out there. So I always say manually do it until you're happy with the quality, or auto post to draft, see what happens first, and then you'll be good to go.
Are they just talking about the auto posting, Sean?
I think so. Yeah. They were said the auto
Okay.
post of the old one was great, but they were afraid to post the pictures because they wouldn't match. Well, at the end of the day, again, it depends on the keyword selection and what's out there. But now that we've added
Yeah.
things like Pixabay and the
Yeah, I was going to say that.
you've got a lot more options.
Yeah, Pixabay is actually a lot better. I'm finding that it's more targeted and there's less junk out there than there is in Flickr. Flickr, for some reason, they just don't.
It's what the
Monitor their-
users tagged it as, and they're not exactly the smartest cookies for tagging, apparently.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tab.
A couple of things. Let's see, does it auto link back to the creator? Can you turn like on or off? Do you have an auto link where it fills it in? But you'd be doing that in the theme anyway, right?
Well, the auto link back to the creator. Oh, you mean attribution for the articles that you're
Suppose
grabbing
so.
from? Well, the problem is with that is because we're doing fusion content, there could be 20,000.
It doesn't need to.
It doesn't really per se need to. We're kind of grabbing all of those sources and fusing them together. So you're only grabbing a little bit from here, a little bit from there to make it unique. For example, if I wrote down on an article somewhere, monkeys eat bananas and live in trees, and someone else used that exact sentence, you're not really infringing on copyright there because you can't copyright just one sentence per se. And this is the thing with Fusion. This is basically a content research tool at its most basic form. What you do with the content, how you kind of fuse that together, rework it, make it your own is entirely up to you. So I always say use this as a content research system, create your articles from it, work it, move things around, change things around until you're happy with it, generate your content, and you're good to go. Where attributions are absolutely required, for example, with videos, well, you
Flickr.
don't need to with videos, but with Flickr, with Wikimedia and Pixabay and everything else, it will link back to those because that's the terms of use for those systems and everything else. Okay. I'm sorry, say again.
Do you want another question?
Yes, sorry. When you're not talking there, I can't hear you because I've got these right in my ear, so I have to lip read. And
I just want to make sure you want more questions before we go live.
no, go ahead. No, these are some great questions. And while I've got Alan here,
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
great.
Yeah, these are great.
So on the upgrade thing, they can't upgrade yet. It's going to be next week. Because
Yeah.
it's still the old one up there. And I don't know if we closed off the old one yet.
No, we have not. We haven't closed the old one off yet.
Yeah, correct. This is not going to be available until the day after for everybody. The reason being is if there's anything goes absolutely apeshit on Tuesday, I want a date to fix it. So basically what we'll do is we will then make the version of this available to Inner Circle members by changing the integration, which I have to do. This is actually a bloody good point. I have to change the integration from the old site to the new site. Right now it goes to the old site. Now, Alan, I'm going to have to put you on the spot here.
Uh-oh.
Turn the bloody tables. If
Yes.
they already have version 1,
Yep.
when they install version 2, it's going to detect their old campaigns and stuff and settings, correct?
That's correct.
You see, how smart is this guy? So
And it converts. It will convert actually all the settings and all the campaigns.
So
And it will also copy. I think it copies their websites too.
So there you go, guys. So basically, now do they have to uninstall first, or do they have to just install the new one then uninstall the old one?
No, they just have to install the new one.
There you go, guys. Simple as that. So yeah, I'll set up some sort of integration between the old and the new.
The old one will still remain on their machine, but it'll be disabled at some point, I guess.
Yeah, we'll figure that out
Well,
later.
I mean, when you figure that out for us.
Yeah, something like that. Something like
Something
that.
like that. Yeah.
So again, that'll make everyone's life a little bit easier. So yes, we will be making the new
But
version with all the
The
training.
new version, they should be able to just put the new version on their machine. It will detect everything and bring everything over, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah. So there you go. Okay, fire me another question, Darwin.
Okay, another question. Two of them. You pick which one. One is, can you demonstrate the ClickBank and Commission Junction tabs? Take a look at them real quick.
Okay, so for example, I want to create a ClickBank. I haven't got my affiliate ID set, so I'll have to go up here, general settings. You just put in your ClickBank ID. For example, I'm going to do Shakira99, which is one of my accounts, and then I'll put in a tracking ID, RCWL1, and then save that. Okay, just like that. So say, for example, I've got my awesome content in here. I'm not going to add a new one, but let me just grab ClickBank, see what's on there. Okay. Juicing.
You can double click on that, by the way.
You can double click on what, this?
No, on the description
Oh,
of the
okay.
ClickBank item to see what it looks like.
Get a little preview. CV
Yeah.
preview. Look at that. Smart man. Didn't even know it did that. So again, you get a look at what's in there. Is it worth looking at? Is it worth promoting? 30 days to thin. Okay, let's have a look at that. Thinspiration. Okay, yeah, so if that's the one I like. Good. Boom. Drop it in. Done. And
You
can
grabbed
see that.
two of them actually because you highlighted the other one.
Well, again, I'm going to double up my profits. So, so now we can preview that again. Just see what it is like, and then boom.
There you are.
So there you go. So you can put these right in line and everything else to go. Now, again, you want to find ones that maybe have a little better description. You can modify the descriptions if you want to. You can change them all. You're good to go with that. But maybe I want that one as well. Maybe I'm just going to do a whole load of resources. I've got a great resource page. And I'll take off one of these because we got two of the same product. But then again, hey, here's my resources page. Great stuff you can get. So again, boom, 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 you can play it up. I kind of buggered that up a little bit just because I drag things all over the place. I'm a little click happy, but hey, that's basically it in a nutshell. Just drag, drop. Okay, drop that down the line. Drag, drop. I'll just add another one in there. Drag, drop, and boom. Okay, I'll take a little more time with that one, but you can see, boom. There's some
There you
great
go.
stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Click, click, click. Done, done, done. Profit, profit, profit. So all good. And you can do the same with Amazon. I've not got my API set up for that. Commission Junction, if you put in your contact information or your actual Commission Junction information into the settings, you can see there's lots and lots of stuff in here. You can put in your CGA API. You can go get your API, sign up if you don't have
And
it.
I tell you how to get all these things in the video.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
full training is provided. You're not just guessing from pressing a button. Although this is one of the most intuitive systems out there for creating content, you can pretty much just click around and figure it out. We try to keep it that simple. And there's a lot of people who've been beta testing this behind the scenes. And if it could be broken, they broke it. And Alan's been very diligent.
And they did.
Yeah. And thank you, Heather, by the way. And and it's all good. It's all good. So there you go. Okay, fire another question.
Okay. One more that's kind of a combo of two questions, but they're both to do with silos.
Okay.
So one is, can you manually set up silos or use other silo plugins? And then on the other hand, will this help you constitute a silo structure like other plugins have done to make silo producers or silo build outs?
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I showed at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Basically, create a category around one generic. Now, again, pre-launch video 2 is going to go a lot more in depth into silos, and I'm going to break them down, what they are, why they work, and why they're so damn good, and how RCW can plug into that. But in a nutshell, yes, you just create multiple categories on your website around general terms, and then you start creating campaigns that post to those categories based around the related, more specific terms. And as you saw if you haven't had a chance to look at pre-launch video 1, we talk about keyword selection and how you group keywords together. That grouping of keywords is your silo. And again, you can use then category interlinking and everything else. And again, depends on the theme somewhat, depends on the way you set it up. But this is literally designed to post directly related content to a category in a silo structure. So yeah, that's really kind of built into this from the ground up. So there you go.
I'm going to wrap you up with one more question before you go to live.
Okay.
And that is, we've had a couple of questions, and you get this every week. When or will you soon please release a way to let people be affiliates of Inner Circle?
That's coming right after the launch. The reason being is we've had to focus on this one. As you can tell, this launch has been a little bit of a monster. We've been, like I say, Alan's been working on the software for a year. I've been working on the funnel and the actual launch of this for over a month, almost 2 months now, and it's now coming to fruition. So once this is done, yes, we will be opening the Inner Circle up to full affiliation. We'll be creating a JV page, banners, resources, and everything else. It's basically going to be like a mini launch like this, but we're just going to open it up for everyone to do. And we're going to do what's called a soft launch, and then we'll do a hard launch later on. But
yeah, and then the next week or two, I'll go in and make you guys a bunch of banners and everything that you can use and get them on the JV page for you guys.
Absolutely. Now, the only reason that hasn't happened up to now is because I've kept Tam busy on all sorts of other stuff in relation to RCW, and we've been making sure that we got all this polished down, nailed down, and ready to rock. Hyped up, psyched up, and ready for violence. So, all good. But yes, that will be coming out very, very soon, and you can start driving traffic to this and start having some real fun.
Okay. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you've been answering them all the way along, so I guess as a final wrap-up, it's what paid sources does someone need besides, say, Copyscape and a spinner?
Well, you don't necessarily need either one of those. You can do it without. They're just... The thing is, we've got lots of people who are hardcore, people who are medium core, and people who are, okay, for want of a better word, soft core. they're kind of just getting started. So you can start off small. You don't really need anything. You can play around with it and do it without any paid sources of extras at all. We just put the options in there for the people who really want to kind of kick it up a level. So no, there's absolutely no problems in regards to that. So okay. Well, Alan, thank you very much for jumping on here. I appreciate the extra pair of ears and pair of eyes and brain cells because I'm in desperate need of all of those.
Absolutely, and I'm really looking forward to this June 17th launch, and just want to thank you publicly for all the hard work that you're doing to set this up.
Well, thank you
Really
for
appreciate
coding this thing from the ground up because sure as shit I wasn't going to do it.
And you're a coder.
Absolutely. Well, I manage. I don't do much coding unless I can avoid it anymore. I manage my programmers. But Alan is the actual. He rolled up his sleeves as an entrepreneur, dived into this, and took numerous years of experience and put it all into an absolutely amazing tool. So, Alan, thank you for
35,000 lines of code on this one, Sean.
Oh my God.
And as I said, that's why I'm not doing it. But I'm glad you did. So awesome stuff. Awesome.
Well, maybe the next one we'll come up with another way, right?
Next time it's hire a team to do it. But Alan created an amazing framework here that's going to be the core of a lot of future success for this gentleman. So my tip of the hat to you, sir, and a tip of the glass as well. Okay.
And
I cut him off. Go ahead. So say that again.
I say if anybody asks any questions on the live sessions, feel free to bring me in.
No problem. Okay, great. What we'll do now, guys, is we'll go over to live Q&A, which means if you've got a question, raise your mittens in the air, and we'll unmute you. Make sure you've got a microphone, obviously, and then we'll rock on from there. So, okay, let's see who's got their hands up. Let's go with Rick. Go ahead, Rick. What's your question? How can I help you?
Hey, Sean, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. With the interlinking, when you use categories and then go, dig further in with whether you're using long tail keywords or for your articles, would you use those long tails as the titles of the articles?
I would always try and make sure that I've got the long tail in there somewhere, in the title and in, if I can, the slug and everything else. You don't want to over optimize because, again, over optimization causes all of the associated kind of problems.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you just want kind of enough basic optimization to do the job.
What about the interlinking? Is there a plugin that can do all of that for you automatically once you have your categories and all your articles in place?
Actually, I'm using one right here. It's called Enrelate, but a lot of good themes have them kind of built in for the category posts and things like that. And it's okay to have your silos interlinked between each other if it's related content. But Enrelate is my favorite one. It puts no impact on your server, and it also depends on your theme as well. But Enrelate is theme independent. It's a great little plugin, and it's the one I use here and on all the other sites I use. I even use this on IM Success Center, and it's been.
Is that the letter N and then relate?
That's correct. Yes, the letter N relate. It's a free plugin. It's from the repository. And Enrelate related content. And there's 3 other plugins that are in this bundle. You'll see it down here. There's another one. That's the I can't remember what actually that one's called. They've got 3 plugins, most popular, Flyout and most popular. You can use all 3 of those and they work great.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Good question. Now, let's see. I'll go. Got a few hands up here, so I'm going to kind of jump around the alphabet a little bit. Let me go with. First of all, let me go with Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry. What's your question?
Okay.
Hey, Sean,
Hey.
got a question for you on your new Flex.
Okay.
Seeing how it's so easy to switch themes, is there any way to go ahead and have it switch themes from when different people view it and they come back to it? Maybe get Alan to, in the spare time, write up a little short code to do that.
Not clear exactly on what you're asking. Are you talking about a way to migrate from one theme to the other?
Right, just have it automatically when someone comes back to it.
When someone automatically comes back to it, I'm not really. I'm not really
All right,
clear.
let's say I have a
Example.
theme and we'll say diabetes, and it's sitting there.
Okay.
Someone comes to it, and then all of a sudden, they're gone, and a week later they come back. Is there a way to switch the theme so it appears different, but we still get the same information?
Yeah, that's just a normal migration process. All you do is basically install the new theme. You'll have to make some changes. Oh, sorry, Tam's shaking her head. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Go ahead.
Automatically.
Layout to another layout to another layout.
Oh,
So whenever they return,
okay.
they're
I'm sorry.
deleted.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me bring Tam in. She's kind of clarified that. I think she's got a better understanding of what you're asking than I do. Go ahead.
So like if one time they would come,
So, like, if one time they would come,
and it would show them the magazine.
one time they would come and it would show them the magazine layout, and the next time they would come, it would show them the commerce layout.
It's kind
You know,
of,
it's kind of, I don't know why you would want to do that because, there's different layouts, but he's saying rotating the layout every time someone returns. Does that make sense?
Is that what you're asking, Jerry?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. No. And you wouldn't want to. Unless you were split testing something. The problem is that that's such a global setting, it changes it for everybody all at once. So
Okay.
you wouldn't really want to do that. You could now. Okay, I wasn't going to mention this. This is something that we were looking to do with the Profit Builder, is add in automated split testing of elements, so we can do multivariate split testing and also page layout split testing. But that's something that is definitely not going to be in the first version of this because that's a major rebuild. But that might be something we can add later on, is kind of page level split testing, but yeah, not down to the layout level at this time.
Okay, one more little short question. Well, a question and a comment. What do you call when you get the little circle going round and round when you're waiting for it to load up?
Oh, we on the
Spinning
Mac.
beach ball of death.
Yeah, that's what we call it on the Mac. It's the spinning beach ball of death. Because
Beach ball of death.
yeah, it's like the worst thing you want to see. For example, if I let me just see if I can.
I noticed on Alan's new one, he had a different looking one. And I was just wondering if you could get the inside disc spinning one way and the outside disc spinning the other.
Just end up with the like nuclear fusion or something like that. But yeah, it's possible. But yeah, I'm not able to prompt or create the spinning beach ball here.
Well, that's on the machine itself, but if
Yeah.
you're doing that, you can load whatever spinning graphic you want as a loading graphic.
Okay, yeah,
So
A loading graphic. Very good.
there you go. But yeah, I was trying to create it, but honestly, this machine is so fast, I never see it. That's what you get when you buy it, when you pay $15,000 for a machine. If I see the spinning beach ball of death, there's a problem.
you're locked up.
Yeah, but you went to the dark side and you're having so many problems with your GoToWebinar now.
Well, no, that's GoToWebinar. That's not the Mac. That's retarded coding down at Citrix. But yeah, I'm not happy with GoToWebinar. But honestly, the Mac version of GoToWebinar is vastly different than the PC version. They're just playing catch up. So
Skype's kind of different too.
yeah, that's very true. Very true. But okay, well, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it.
You
I
have
like
a good
Pam called
night,
it
and y'all be good now.
Pam called it the rolling
Oh, and
donut.
happy Father's Day if I don't talk to you before.
Very, very good point, and thank you. Yeah, for everyone else as well. Before I forget, happy Father's Day for this weekend, and very much appreciated there, Jerry. So yeah, Father's Day. I forgot that was this weekend, but no, that's a good one. Now, sorry, are you going to say something, Tam? Was there other questions popped up?
Just one, and it's still about the affiliate stuff, so you might want to cover that at the end because the product is still on ClickBank, the inner circle.
It
The
is.
link is there, so if they could use it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
suppose.
You can promote it right now. It is on ClickBank, but honestly, it's broken on ClickBank, so don't use ClickBank right now. That's something we're changing with um, ClickBank right now. We're having an issue with a couple of things. They've changed a couple of things around, but I haven't tested it since then, so it's not, I would say,
wouldn't
in a
use that one,
reliable
yeah.
state until I can get in there and make sure everything bloody well works the way it should.
Yeah.
So we had some issues with the ClickBank link. So okay, I'm going to go over with let's go with Jim. So go ahead, Jim. What's your question this evening?
Hi, Sean.
Hey.
This is not on the topic you're talking about tonight, but getting back to research. I've been going through the six-figure boot camp and doing the initial research for a niche
Mhm.
and coming up with some problems with the free tools. Quantcast seems to have changed their whole thing, so you put something in there now and it comes up with a small screen saying, check out Goodreads. So it's not giving any information.
No, Quantcast has gone a little awry. Instead of using Quantcast, use Alexa.
I like Goodreads, but that's not good.
Yeah, I know. I looked, so it gives me all the statistics for Goodreads. You know, what good does that do?
Yeah, what you can do is if you want to look up a website, for example, here's IM Success Center, and you can see we're in the top 12,000. It gives you some ideas about the demographics, who's looking at the site, where the majority of stuff. It's kind of the same data that you'd get from Quantcast. But the strange thing I'm kind of curious about is why I'm ranking or for payday loans no guarantor. I have no idea why that is coming up. But hey, what the hell, you know? Okay, if I'm getting traffic from that, I don't know why, but okay, fine. Apparently, Alexa thinks I have some sort of relevance there. And again, if you actually have a paid account, you can actually get more and more information, but it's a good start. If I went, for example, say I was in the acne niche, I could go to acne, I don't know, acne.com, and I'd actually let's just do a search for acne and find a website that's relevant. Say proactive.com. Okay, so that's a paid site. Let's see what they look like. And so I'll put them in there. And predominantly female. In fact, majority of them are female. Young, so no college or some college. Mostly looking at home. That gives me an idea. And majority of people in the United States. So again, it's just kind of a little more demographic. And if you upgrade and jump in, you can actually get a little more information. I think I've still got an account here. I don't know if I've actually have a paid. I can't remember honestly if I've got the paid version of this. I think I did. No, apparently not. So again, you can just grab that. It's like $9 a month, but I'll give you more demographic information. But again, if you jump between this, compete.com, ahrefs.com, Majestic SEO, you can start building up a good picture about your competitors, what they're targeting, their demographics, and basically reverse engineer their entire business.
Yeah, one other thing, I was looking for forums, and in your startup, you talked about big boards, and that's gone by the wayside. And the next thing that showed up was biggest boards, and I looked on that today, and that's up for sale. The website.
Yeah, it's amazing how the scope of SEO has changed. But yeah, again, big boards has gone, and this is from the Kickstart course originally. They've sold and gone up. But if you just put in your keyword and then the word forums, you will, for example, if I did acne forum, I'd want to see what's coming up, and acne.org/message board, health boards, and then skin and beauty, and you start getting an idea about what forums are out there that are ranking well. That's going to give you an impression that there's some pretty big ones out there. So again, there's all just a little twist on things will get you the information you need.
Do you look at what's coming up on Google Ads for AdWords on the sides to figure out if that's money coming in the niche?
I look to see, as long as there's some advertisers, that kind of tells me there's money in there. If I see a lot of advertisers, for example, if I just did, let's go kind of generic. I'll just use Acme as a continued example here. I see ads, I see a lot more ads. So if I'm seeing a lot of them, and if I refresh a few times and all of those ads change, and I keep seeing different things happening, for example, proactive is predominant, that's a good sign that there's ads. If I go to the next page, I would want to see, again, more ads. I'm not seeing that many, funnily enough, in here, but that's also because I've got all sorts of privacy stuff. Let me change this to Hesperia and go back to the web. And it knows I'm not clicking on anything. It might be thinking I'm just playing around here. So again, it's not showing me lots of ads. Again, Acme, we know there's lots and lots of advertisers in the Acme space. But if you noticed, it stopped showing me ads. So let's go. Someone give me another keyword. Give me an industry you were looking at, for example, Jim.
Well, I was looking in the health, broad thing, health and natural health and stuff
Well,
like
let's
that.
just use natural health as an example. Natural health. And you can see it stopped showing me ads altogether.
Yeah.
It might be thinking, okay, this guy's on a live broadcast. Let's mess with him. See what happens. I mean, Matt Cutts is down there right now screwing with me is what it is. Say again?
Try like Acai berry or something.
I'll try Acia Berry. There you go. But yeah, it stopped showing me any ads altogether.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I had seen plenty of ads this afternoon, so.
No click bombing.
Okay, so I'm going to have to go. Yeah, it stopped showing me ads altogether. No paid ads. Okay.
I know there's a ton of ads for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go Viagra. There's got to be ads for that somewhere. But okay, apparently Viagra.com is the only ad is going to show me. Believe that.
Wow.
Okay, I've been officially banned. Okay, well, I'm going to go cost someone some money. There you go. I'm going to go click on Viagra. But yeah, so yeah, if you're seeing them, great. The other thing is, if this happens to you, go to Bing. Go, and then I'll go Acne. My wife was worried I was going to go look up Viagra all over the web.
No, I'm laughing
Because I know I'm going to get retargeted now for Viagra everywhere I go.
I'm laughing at Don because I know this was a typo, but he said, I think he meant to say turtle farming, but it came out as turtle framing, and I'm not sure what that is exactly.
No, that's a very, very popular niche.
Framing a turtle?
Yeah, basically you get a wooden frame, a couple of nails, and... Okay, Peter's going to be all over my ass now. So again, yeah, if you look on Bing as well, if you see a lot of ads on Bing as well and Yahoo, there's money in the market.
Would you please look up turtle framing for me?
Turtle framing.
Just because I have to.
Turtle.
Framing.
Those okay, framing. Okay.
That's it.
It's trying to recorrect me to farming, but yeah.
Apparently they do it in Texas and Alabama.
Well, that's farming, but yes.
I know.
Turtle, there you go. There is turtle framing.
There you go. It's a new niche.
The fact that it actually found something with turtle frames is amazing, but there you go. But anyway, Jim, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that.
Okay.
And we'll... Oh, sorry, did you have any other questions?
Well, I had just one other thing was in terms of finding out or getting an idea of interests and how you come across that or how you figure that one out.
Yeah, I start looking to see, okay, what are people talking about? Is there much buzz on social media? I'll maybe go check Twitter. I'll go see what products there are on Amazon in and around that, just to get an idea. I'll look to see what ads are going, what sites are advertising. I also use KeywordSpy.com, which tells me about a little more history about the advertisers to tell me if I see the same advertisers again and again and again. That tells me that, if I see the same advertisers on Bing versus Google, and see that tells me that people are going whole hog with that industry, and that's usually a good sign of popularity of a niche as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. Sorry, what were you saying there, Tom?
They went whole turtle.
They went whole turtle, absolutely.
Okay.
Full bore. So thanks a
Thanks,
lot, Tim. I
Sean.
appreciate it. Turtles, the other crunchy meat pie. Okay, so let's go with a new name. Joy. Go ahead, Joy. What's your question this evening? And we'll rock on from there. How you doing, Joy? What can I do for you?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
Doing great.
Well, I'm going to ask you another question because you're a techie, and I'm just beating my head to death, but I'm learning a lot. And I have a website that was a WoW theme, and it was non-responsive, WordPress. And I started about 3 years ago, and you'll laugh at the name of it, Daily Income Granny. But I am
Love
a
it.
granny. And that's who I am, so why deny it, you know?
There you go.
So anyway, I've started some other WordPress sites, and I started a sample one using just WP Zoom, the Meta theme, and then I've customized it, and I like it. But I've got a lot of work into the Daily Income Granny, and I was wondering, I need to go responsive. And is that going to wreck me when I change the theme? And if I do, what would you recommend? Because I want to add a membership area to it, and and I've got a bunch of videos up on AS3, and I just don't want to, have people just download the videos. I want them to stream it and use it on the site and on all the sites actually. And I just was wondering what your advice would be. Should I wreck my site? Will I be wrecking my site if I change the theme?
Okay, well, here's what I would do in those situations. When you've got an established website, I'm assuming you've got some traffic there that you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose any rankings.
It's not all that great, but I've put, like I said, I put a lot of work into it, and something recently happened that I was getting in the United States, I was down to like 49,000 page, which is pretty good for somebody who hasn't done any SEO or anything. You just write, okay. And then all of a sudden it's up to 149, and I don't know if it's because I put a new SEO plugin in or something, and I screwed stuff up. I don't know what I did. But you know what? I'm just not that concerned about that right now. I just want to get it the way I want it. And then I thought I would just maybe get Yoast SEO if you think that's good, or just use the theme SEO. I mean, I'm not, I just want to. I haven't really done things for keywords and so forth, other than I've just been ravaged by gurus and lost a lot of money. And what I'm trying to do is just, you're not like that, by the way. I'll qualify that right now. But I just wanted to provide just a little bit of no-nonsense information to help people out, and I've written about the things that bug me mostly, or things I've learned mostly. Just, I'm not that's just where I'm coming from.
No, I
but
understand completely.
I've got to start making some money, so I've just been bludgeoning myself on this membership stuff. I tried S2 Member, I couldn't get it to work. I told them, send me my money back. And so I just put up this little site with Meta on it, and I customized it, called TrafficThrive.com, and I've just been working on it. It's not got a lot of content on it, but mostly just designing it, and I've changed some of the code and stuff like that, which was a real challenge. But anyway, I got it done, and now I think I'm going to just use a free plugin called WP Member, and experiment with it and see about the AS3. I don't want to confuse it any more than it already is. So.
No, okay. Well, the easiest way for you to kind of migrate one thing to another is, first of all, make a backup. Use the plugin called Duplicator or the Site Cloner which is in the inner circle. And
I've already done that.
Okay, good. Then the next step would be to add a theme that you like. Now, what's going to happen is as soon as you add a new theme or you activate a new theme, your menus, your widgets, and everything else is going to completely disappear. So what you have to do is then go into Appearance and Menus. And this is the same for anyone. If you were applying the new IMSE Flex or anything like that, you'd come into the dashboard. You'd want to correct you reassign your widgets, reassign your menu items, and then just play around with the settings. But usually you can go pretty quick. Once you're done with that, you customize, upload your logo, and just make sure everything works.
And I know you probably have to go into your custom SCS and make some changes. And,
if you want to, again,
if you want to, but that's tweaking. That's not. I just need to basically get it going. So what you're saying is you just reassign. You have to reload. Do you have to reload the widgets and menus, or just reassign everything?
And now, usually what happens is they end up in a little section called inactive widgets, and then they'll be in a little list down here, and then you just drag them back up and reassign them. But what I like to do is if I've got anything that's a custom widget with special text, I will actually open it up, copy and paste the contents. For example, like this here, I might take this and then put it in a little text document. That way, if I have to recreate them, I've got the original stuff that was inside them. But I do that before I change it.
Just go through everything and get what you can out of it.
Exactly. But again, you've always got a backup of your website as well, so that's always
good. See, this theme, the IMSE Flex, looks a lot like that Meta by WP Zoom as far as the layout and appearance here. So maybe would this thing do it for me?
May well be, yeah. As soon as we got it launched, I'll put out a big notice and everything else. So we'll try to have that done as soon as possible.
So this is a new one you're coming up with, right?
That's correct, yes. This is brand new. In fact, I only just got the agreement to that about an hour before we went on air.
Oh, all right. So maybe I should wait.
I'm sorry, say again, Tim?
So it's going to be a little while before we get it coded and ready to release it.
Yeah, a little while, but that'll give you time to get ready.
Now for the AS3 question about what kind of permissions do you put on for streaming without them being able to download? It says everyone. I'm not sure if you can you do that?
Yes, you can do that. You use basically CloudFront, and that's what we do with a lot of our stuff. And it basically does not allow direct downloading and everything else. It does streaming, and using CloudFront streaming is the best. For that, we use actually a system called Easy Video Suite, but AS3 is good, and there's also another one called S3. Oh my good grief, S3 Flow Shield is another one.
Oh, I have S3 Flow Shield, but it will only let you use it on one website. And I paid like, I don't know, $97 for it, or $67, and they want it for every site. So what I downloaded was a new plugin, which was called Havoc. I think it's called
Havoc.
And I use that on this little traffic thrive, and but I don't know that it'll stop downloading. So
as long as it's using CloudFront, you're okay. If it's doing a direct download, then yes, they can. So that's why we look to make sure that it supports what's called RMTP streaming. And if you've got that, you're good.
Okay.
So check with the producers, and you should be good.
So there's not a setting like in Amazon S3 that you can prevent that?
No, it depends on the player itself. Now,
okay.
So check with that, make sure it supports RMTP streaming, and you're all good.
Okay. Thank you for your help. Oh, and I wanted to ask you another question. What is the best size for the video player to go to your iPhone and your other devices and iPads and so forth?
You want to make sure your player is responsive, and that way it doesn't matter.
Okay, responsive.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thank you very much, Joy. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Some great questions there, and that's absolutely awesome. Okay, now Tam's got a question, so let me just a question from the tech side. So go ahead.
Well, it's along the same lines, and this is for Bart. It says, up until recently, he's not been building his list using marketing affiliate products, but he created an article. He wants to give away 14 videos, but if he uses Rapid Mailer and his page inside of WordPress, anyone could get the URL. So the question is, based on, let's see, can I give someone a secure download link in WordPress? Is there anything else free or low cost that be used instead? So instead of just putting the link to the video on the page, you can either do like the membership where you're logged in, or if it's really simple, maybe use S3 with EVS like you were talking about. How would you give away, or the best way to give away, like say 14 free videos? You probably wouldn't want to give them a full download link. You'd want to stream it from a secure area. What would you need to do that?
Now, what we would do there is, again, because you're giving it away, you basically want to restrict it behind a username and password. So what we do is, when we're doing that, is we create a membership, and then we just put it into a free members area. But that way, also it helps with conversions, because they don't feel that they're getting kind of a problem, or there's a problem with getting access. The cool thing with Rapid Mailer is when they sign up, you can automatically create a user account. So it basically, if you create a little members area and you put your videos in there and everything else, when they sign up, it automatically creates an account. You just prompt them to log in with their username and password. And what you do is, when they register, you actually you can have an email go out to them with their username and password. It's just literally done that simple.
It's served from behind the membership, so they have to be logged in.
That's correct.
They can't share the link, but they could share their username and password. But either way, if you stream it from your site, you might slow down, but you can serve it from S3 to speed it up and stream it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you'd have to have S3 and CloudFront to do that, but S3 is cheap.
Yeah, it's really cheap. It's put it this way. My last month's bill was only $100, and that was serving all of the paid stuff that I do. But I'm serving thousands and thousands of views. If you're just getting started, it'll be about $10. It's nothing. It really is. By the time you're done, it's really not that much at all.
I probably should tell Joy if she wants to join the Skype room. Everybody in the Skype room's ready to help her.
Oh, absolutely. There you go. And guys, that's awesome. Thank you. And yeah, if you're not a member of the live Skype room, just go to the Inner Circle community, click on the button there, or add me on Skype, my Skype ID. If you want to connect with me directly, or what have you, we'll add you to the Skype room manually. But it's better to do it automatically from the back end of the website. And you'll find a community link there with the Skype room. Just put that in there. You'll connect to me automatically, and you'll be added to the Skype room automatically. And we got everyone in there ready to help each other, which is always one of the things I love about this group.
So the thing for the membership area, what would you use? Like, I mean, you'd have to be with S2 or Wishlist member, or what's a simple kind of
the easiest one? The easiest one that's free is S2 member.
Mm-hmm.
It does the job. It can be it's a little bit of a learning curve when you're setting up membership stuff. I mean, WordPress has one built in. It has a user manager, registration form, and everything else. But I like having a little more control of my members, so I use something like Wishlist member or S2 member. S2 member is free, the basic version, and it integrates with PayPal. So if you want to create a paid membership later on, great. Well, also the PayPal version also works. The free version works with GVZoo. So if you wanted to create a membership site with a affiliate program, it's all done for you as well there. So that can work great. I use Wishlist member for most of my sites and my product launches, but again, that's because I like some of the customization options I can get with that. So there you go. Any other questions, or shall I go back to see if there's any more live ones?
I'm just going to grab the link and hopefully put it in the chat box for everybody for the Skype room.
It's a little complicated. Let me grab it because I have a little admin thing, because I'm the kind of the god of the room, so to speak, in terms of authorization. So what I'll do is I'll just do a get. Now it's a funky ass password, just as a heads up. or a link, and it connects with Skype. So you might need to copy and paste it into a browser. Now, you see that? It's a very, very strange link. It's a very unusual one. Now, what happens is if I copy that, it starts off with like Skype : and that's because it's a protocol. It's like HTTP : this is Skype : and what happens is that then links you. Okay, it doesn't work in Chrome, so you might have to do something funky, but this works within Skype better than it does in a browser. But it just add me on Skype, and I'll copy and paste the link. But it's a very funky ass one. But basically, I'd give you this link in Skype. You'd click it, you'd be instantly added. But the easiest way, okay, let me just go directly to the Inner Circle page and just stop assing around, trying to be clever, which is failing miserably. I told you my brain cells are fried. Just go to Community, Skype chat room. Takes you to this little page called Get Social, and I'll put that link in there. That one works. That's a little easier. And then basically you click here, and you're good. That's as simple as that. So yeah, just put that in there. Boom. And if it prompts you to enter your Facebook username, that's so we associate your Skype ID with your account, and we know who the heck you are. Helps me kind of track who's who, what's what, and why. So there you go. So hold on one second. Sorry. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we'll go back to live Q&A, and let me start with George. So George, go ahead, sir. What's your question this evening?
Yes, hello. It's George Prince. Can you hear me?
I can indeed. How are you doing, George?
I'm doing fine. Over here in Fort Bliss, Texas, really hot. I had a suggestion on as far as the download thing. What I use is Dropbox. It's only $10 a month, and you get 100 megabytes, and that's how I share with my members. Because the only way that they're going to get that video to download is your specific link, and only the videos that you give the links to can they do that. So that's just an idea.
No, that's a very good method. The problem is that link can be shared. So streaming it from a members area, you then restrict access, and then you can easily ban access. We've used Dropbox for direct kind of distribution before, but usually it's only because we know that link it's either a timed link or something like that. So you then have to kind of have a manual element in there, or you make it a publicly open one, and that just can potentially cause share problems, especially with stuff we do. I mean, I'll give you an idea, and I'm gonna like just make myself pissed off here. If I do Sean Donahoe Black Hat, and here you go, instant magnet, go get it, link magnet, download it. Let's try and get all of his stuff, and so people share stuff all the time. If they find a way, they'll find a way. Here you go. Look, this is from Get, and they're trying to get this.
They're already waiting, getting ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all these black hats,
So-
methods, and Megafire, of course. I understand. Thank you, sir. My
I love
question.
how they use your sales copy to.
And this is the new one they're trying to do as well, but they haven't got any. Alan, we might have to have a look at that one. I'm not a member of this place, but
I guess it's a good thing I brought this up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen this out there.
Now, is this the old one, Alan, or is this the new one that they're trying to do? Or what are they trying
No,
to
that's
do?
the new one. It says lightning.
Now, no one's actually commented on it. I don't know how.
I copied one of those links and tried it, and it didn't have anything.
Okay, interesting. It
So
might be,
it
it might be
might be
BS.
just a placeholder.
Yeah, might be. Might be interesting. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on these buggers.
But I didn't want to try all of the links because you know how that stuff buggers up your computer.
Absolutely.
So
Okay,
I don't know.
George, thank you very much for your question. You've just prompted an interesting setup here.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. My main question was, I have, like you say, over 20 some odd blogs, which I don't know if you'll have time later or not. I could share with you just to kind of get an idea what they are. Actually, probably more than that. So I've honestly lost count. When I get bored, I make another niche website out of it.
Okay.
That's what I do. So I had used in the past a certain plugin. Well, it wasn't really a plugin. It was a software that kind of made me leery of using things like this before. So the software is called No Hands SEO.
Yeah.
And I used that only once. I very carefully and not at all overusing it, but really making sure it's all my settings beyond what they already had. And it drove my domains to the bottom of the rankings. So I was very leery of it. Now that I've come across your plugins, your pingers, your different backlinkers, and so forth, I know you have had success in raising your actual rankings because I always use Alexa to it goes up and down. I haven't got any higher than 2 million on the Alexa ranking. So there were 3 ones that would help you with that, which is Power Pinger, Social Pro, I don't know if I remember the name, and Syndication, which I'm very good. So my question is should I use them all together, or would that be too much? I'm just, I don't want to end up hurting myself.
Scale up. You've got to kind of scale up gradually, test what works, test to see the difference it makes. But again, start off small, start off slow. Slow and steady wins the SEO race in this regard. But no, you can't do too much, but you can do too much too quickly. So just scale up a little bit here, a little bit there. Introduce one strategy, then introduce another strategy on top of it. The secret to good SEO is consistency. The more consistent you are, the better. The more you scale up over time, the better, and that will make the impact in the long run. If you do too much too quick, it raises a huge red flag, and it can scupper your efforts before you even start.
I see. Well, I'm starting out with Pingfresh on one of my sites.
Pingfresh is a great tool, Backlink Commando. I mean, we built all of our plugins to work side by side and with each other for that very specific purpose. So if you're using our plugins, yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. They are designed to complement each other and do a different type of SEO a different way. So that's kind of where we come from in that regard.
I see. So even if I use them together, it's not going to
No.
well enough.
You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine.
Oh, awesome! Well, that is very comforting. I'll just put the link to the site.
Okay, cool.
Most of my plugins on as a test, and so that you'll be able to see that. It's just one of the sites that links to others.
Okay. Well, I'll take a look at a few. Let me switch across to someone else's question, and
Thank
then
you, sir,
I'll
for
take a
your
look
time.
as soon as I can. Thanks very much, George. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, let me go with Don. Don, what's your question, sir? How are you doing this evening?
No, you got me, Sean.
I do indeed. How you doing?
Something kind of broke up there, and hear his name said, what you said there. So
Yeah, George, you was kind of breaking up a little bit there, but that's what happens when you go live.
My question is, why you keep teasing me with this thing, but you hold back and never get it released? You're killing me.
Well, that's because because I know it's going to mess with you, Don. And you're my prime target. You're my weekly entertainment with this one.
He's busy framing turtles.
Well, I know he creates this pet store and he's looking for e-commerce, and I didn't realize the big game plan was going into turtle framing.
I was going to ask on that, are you capable of buying through, what is that, Woo, I guess it is, for e-commerce?
WooCommerce is free.
Yeah, but don't they have plugins that's available to you have to pay for?
Some of them are. It comes with a whole lot of basic ones, and they're very good. And there's lots of people that develop kind of all sorts of other ones. There's an entire industry and market built around it. But
I'm trying to remember if that was one I seen with the availability of buying a live plugin for shipping.
Oh, there's all sorts of ones that do USPS, UPS, and
I think they did.
Intershipper.
If I remember right, they did, because I bought one for bundling digital products, but they have them on their site and they like search all the other vendors. So
And
if you
there's
look on their
lots
site,
on Code Canyon as well.
Mhm.
There's tons and tons of WooCommerce plugins on Code Canyon. So if you need it, it's out there, basically. I mean,
I
Tan
didn't know
usually,
if they had it available because I know the one I use through Volusion, all I have to do is put in the number that UPS gives me that ties it all together. And then
oh
it
yeah,
works.
they exist. There's definitely ones for that, for the live shipping quotes and everything else. They're on the main site, but I also think, let me just to give a kind of example here, I'll do
There's
WooCommerce
so many of them out there, I can't keep track of
Live.
which ones have it and not.
live UPS. Let me just do that. Here you go. USPS shipping method for WooCommerce, and there's another one, USPS shipping method. But yeah, Code Canyon. There's literally lots of them. Track package, real time shipping rates, and it's $18. So,
Yeah,
I
they do.
wonder if ShipStation does it too, but that's a monthly account.
yeah, ShipStation is actually my preferred one. I think that's a
ShipStation's awesome.
WooCommerce actually. Let's see, ShipStation.
Because they do eBay and everything else.
Let's have a look. Yeah, that one's a little more expensive, $79, but ShipStation then does calculation for everything. So you can do it all in one, and you can manage all your shipping and products and everything else from ShipStation.
And they hook into like everything.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I keep waiting for you to get this thing together so I can do away with Volusion because I'm getting tired of paying them.
Oh, well, I must admit, I hate Volution. I work with them with Tam. Was that the sunglasses website? Or was that Volution?
No, that was Yahoo.
Oh, that was Yahoo still.
And we made into an X-Cart.
Yeah. Oh, that we were looking to possibly migrate them to Volution, and then I started tearing my hair out and
I don't
said
want to
no.
ever see another Yahoo store.
No,
Please, please.
no, we'll not be doing that again. So no, we migrated someone, then we built a custom store around it. That was many years ago.
Yeah.
But Simply Sunglasses.
Mhm.
There you go. I forgot about them. Yes. So they were doing designer. These are okay. Just to give you an idea, these are a couple of college kids. They drop shipped sunglasses. Okay, they were doing out of their dorm room, two brothers, $50,000 a month, and they had to hire other students to help them ship these sunglasses from their dorm rooms.
So they could
They paid for
graduate.
their entire. They were doctors. Okay, they were going for doctorates, actual full GPs, but they basically jacked in their entire college because they were making so much money selling sunglasses, designer sunglasses, and stuff like that. So much so that I even considered once they went their own separate ways. I decided, maybe I should do sunglasses. That's actually pretty damn good.
I about to die when my son showed me a pair of sunglasses he paid $600 for. I'm like, are you nuts?
Well, I'm going to tell you something that I never tell anyone. I don't mind a $600 pair of sunglasses as long as it's a knockoff that I paid $15 for. I don't mind anyone else thinking that's a $600 pair of glasses, and they go, well, those sunglasses look awesome for $600, and then I know that I only paid $15. That's fine.
Because we sit on them.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
end up in the car, we sit on them, and then we're out $600.
Yeah,
So,
if I'm out in the sand dunes, blasting over sand dunes in an ATV, and I lose my shades or crush them, I would be crying if it was a $600 pair. A $15 pair, I don't mind.
That was my thought too. I couldn't see some of the stuff I do. I couldn't see doing that.
Exactly. Put it this way, I would be crying, and then Tan would be crying as well because she knows I'd go out and buy another set. So,
you're putting all your money into Glenfiddich memorabilia.
oh, that's true. That's true. I buy a lot of Glenfiddich stuff, so yeah, and that's my little collectible passion right now.
Daddy pays for it.
But there you go. Good stuff.
Now, as far as SEO goes in there, is that pretty much all set up to make SEO stuff easy for the e-commerce stores too?
Absolutely. It's all built around the foundations of SEO, HTML5, good markup, and everything else that you need in there. WooCommerce is very, very highly SEO optimized. But there's also a couple of plugins, like Yoast does a WooCommerce plugin that specifically optimizes WooCommerce products for ranking. And I've seen WooCommerce pages on a good WordPress site outrank Amazon easily, which is why I'm looking at, okay, guys, I'm going to show you a little secret sauce here with WooCommerce. If I go to, and now this is something, I shouldn't say this, but I was going to try and white label, but this is basically an affiliate plugin for WooCommerce, where you just plug in all sorts of Amazon products via API. And look at this. Here you go. Clothing and accessories, iPad cases. Boom, boom, boom. Add to cart. What happens? You can add that there. And then basically as you go to proceed to checkout, and you can order it here, and then it goes through here, but you can literally add in all sorts of products directly from Amazon and start earning, little extra here, little extra there.
WooCommerce is really clean.
It is. It's a very
Curiosity, Sean. How hard do you think it would be? I got a website with about 57 pages on it. They're all Amazon products. And I was wondering, to switch over to that theme, how big a pain in the butt you think is that going to be?
Now, you're on Volution, right?
Well, I'm on Volution, but this is a regular WordPress site that I had set up with a program that auto-posted for me. And I had it up like 57 pages under vacuum cleaners.
Here's what I would do.
That's what I did. I had to go from Xcart to WooCommerce, and that's what I did.
They do full data migration. Now, what happens is they'll do a demo to test it to see if it works, and then they'll actually do the full thing. They'll give you a quote based on, say, how many products would you say roughly?
Oh gosh, I'd probably say there's about, I'm going to say just in the neighborhood, somewhere between 3 and 350 probably on it.
350. Okay.
Yeah.
How many customers would you say you have roughly?
No, varies from month to month, depending. It seems.
Okay. Well, basically, what would happen? You'd put this in here, put in your email, and it'll give you a quote. Now, Tan, you did this between Xcart and WooCommerce.
Yeah, and it was fairly cheap because I only had like 70, but I hand make all my products, so I didn't have. It's not drop shipping, but they converted over all my orders, my old orders, all my customer data, and it all came over pretty much okay. The only thing that didn't come over was I had to buy a special plugin because I did gift certificates, and they brought over most of the images as well, and connected them right out because I had multiple images per product.
I'll take that back. I only got like 100 on the one that's Volution. The other one I was working on was a WordPress site full of Amazon products.
Okay, well, in that case, your Volution one will be easy. Now, Tam, how much did you pay roughly?
I think we paid like.
Was it $40 or 50?
No, it was like 100, and then we had them do something extra because we had a weird database the way we had set up our Xcart, and I think we ended up paying like 160 or something like that. But they did so much work, it saved me. I mean, that's 2 hours of my time, or if that. And they saved me hours and hours and hours of work of having to migrate all the pictures, because if you think 70 products times 5 images a piece, just doing the images is, hundreds of images. So that plus all the data plus all the orders, and I think they gave them new order numbers or could save the old order numbers. So I was able to go right into the database and still have all my old order numbers collected to the right customer, so I didn't lose my prior customer and order database. So that's the real important part.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing too, is not to lose the database of the prior customers.
Yeah, I couldn't because mine is all downloadable stuff, and I had to keep the access for all my old customers. So I couldn't it wasn't just old sales data, it had to remain live. So, and they did that.
Now, Tam is rapidly becoming the queen of WooCommerce. I'll be quite honest, I don't use it, haven't used it, but it is very easy to work with and set up. So that's beautiful. It's very, very clean. It's very, very powerful. And again, you know, it doesn't take much to play around with it. Add it to the cart, check out, it's good.
And I only got a couple of bolt-ons. I think I got one to do bulk or bundling, because I'll sell bundles of 4 or 5 packs of digital things, you know, like a digital bundle.
Mhm.
And then I think I got an order manager that was maybe $100 so that I could, you know, get through the orders faster. You know, it's kind of clunky when you click around in WordPress a little bit, so I bolted on an order manager that kind of put everything on one screen for me. That's just because I wanted to.
Well, there you go.
So if I get ready to do this, Tam, can you give me a little pointer on it? 'Cause
I can show you my site.
Okay.
I'll show you what I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And just suggest to you the particular ones I got. They might not be applicable to you because you might not be doing digital downloads, but you know, the rest of them was pretty easy. I only have like 2 or 3 bolt-ons.
There you go.
Okay.
So you get personal consulting from my honey, huh? And also my son stepping into the show in the background. You come in to join on? He just walked in. He just walked in the room and goes, "Hello, are you still done? You still going?"
Yeah, because we're at 2.5 hours.
Oh shit. Okay, well we better wrap this up.
It's time for dinner.
Okay. Well, thank you, Don. That's some great
All right,
questions.
thank you.
Awesome stuff. Okay, one last question, and then we're going to get the heck out of here. So, Wayne, last one of the evening. Go ahead, shoot. What's your question?
Oh well, Sean, I can dive deep into Tam's mind about that whole e-commerce thing, but you know, with my art thing that I got going on. But you know what, I don't even want to talk about that tonight. First of all, if Alan's still hanging around, I kind of wanted to bring him back on to my question. Is I want to use the the new Rapid Lightning for, you know, local stuff that, create websites doing that stuff on a local status. So I want to kind of bring it down to that industry. And my industry, of course, is, you know, signs and banners and things of that sort where we sell physical products for. But I've always found out that when I did some beta testing with his stuff earlier, is that it pulls a lot of stuff that I really don't need, like, you know, signs, like it would, you know, bring back NFL signings or you know, things of that sort. And my niche is a little different than a lot of other people's. And so is there a way, or maybe in the future, a way to bring like own personal websites that I want to scrape URLs or articles from to help me with my own personal niche, even though it's, you know, kind of outside the box of what might be in Rapid Content Lightning and stuff like that.
So, are you asking to have your own scraper? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, yeah, you know, there's personal blogs and there's personal websites upon the niche that I do, and of course the niche is real broad. You know, signs, you know, could be anything, and so is there a way? You know, I don't think that you have this built in already because it is totally out of the box question. But you know,
are
if
you asking about content, or are you asking about a website?
I'm asking about
That's what I'm
content.
trying to figure out.
Asking about content. Like,
well, if you put signs in, so let me just stop for a second. If you went into
Okay.
RCW and you put signs in for a keyword and got content for that, what's wrong? What does that not give you?
I think what he's asking is like people signing, for example, if you're looking for signs like a billboard sign versus someone who's signing a document. So he's getting some mix, you know, that's a...
so can you not just, you know, come up with a better keyword search for that? Or I'm not quite understanding.
Well, I haven't tried it yet, but in the original version, I did try that because I was an original beta tester.
Well, okay. Yeah, you mean in the original version, you mean the the version of RCW Lightning, or the very first version from a long time ago?
The very first version.
Okay, the very first version, did a pretty good job, but the amount of content sources that it had was a little bit limited, and didn't always, for some certain keywords, wouldn't always come up with didn't have as much information as this one does. This one, we've actually more than doubled the amount of content sources. So that might help you. That right there might help you.
Yeah.
It also depends. You got to realize we're dealing with article directories on this. So on Rapid Content Wizard, so that's where it draws all its information from. If there's nothing written about it in the article directories, you're probably not going to find it. Now you're talking about signs, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is that there's certain websites and certain blogs and certain things in my industry that you could totally pull tons and tons of content, because I get it emailed to me every single day, about regulations, about how to design, about how to find the right person, and so on and so on. And certain tools are good for this, but certain like you said earlier, certain keywords are because we're pulling from a massive places that you get your information from, they might not be laser targeted for what I want to do local. And so therefore, I know my industry is kind of generic, so to speak, so therefore I might not find a lot of things. And what I used to find in your program was football player signs here, or I wanted to scrape from certain blogs and certain websites.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, you wanted a little more targeted so that you could actually go out and target certain blog networks and things like that to try and get your content. That's difficult to do. It's because every blog has a different. I mean, if you use WordPress blogs, it's okay.
Yeah, different themes, different setups, different.
Go ahead, Sean.
Divs.
Yeah.
They've got all the different stuff that you can't create uniform scraping for. For example, like Google. If we went to Google Blogs, for example, Google Blogs does a little snippet, but it's not enough to start building content from per se. And each WordPress site is very, very vastly different in the way that they present it, so there's no uniformity to work from. But the article sources we've got, there's not going to be content for every single thing. For example, if I gave Alan elephant herding, there's not.
You won't find anything.
You won't find anything.
Sure.
If I go.
Because nobody's written anything about elephant herding in the article directories.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
I understand. And there's no way to really laser target. I mean, maybe that might be something in the future that you can pick a site that you want to, and then get information about that.
Well, the other thing
if we could find a group of sites that had a similar footprint and a similar structure that we could then scrape, yes, we could. That might be possible. But right now, there's just too many different platforms and too many different things out there that it would make it an impossibly complicated thing to write to do that. But I hear what you're saying, and if we come across other platforms and ways that we could do that, certainly we would incorporate that into this.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, we're always looking for new content sources.
Okay. All right. Well, my next two questions are easy then. When we pull that content for, let's say, a generic blog or something like that, something that you're more applicable to do, shall we, when we do a post status, should we copy a link and direct link it to another site? Would that help our rankings at all? Let me further that by saying, let's say we did weight loss or something like that, and then we did just interlink our drafts, that when we put it in draft status and we proofread our content, would it be an advantage for us to copy a word, weight loss in 30 days, for instance, and direct link it to another site, would that help us in SEO rankings at all?
Yes.
Or would just the content itself?
I'm going to say yes. I'll let Sean answer that one because he's the expert, but I would think so.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, just again, it's a case of scale over time. You know, if you start creating natural links, interlinks, and stuff like that that grow over time, even if it's, you know, depending on the site and the structures and everything else, but, you know, it's just a case of use common sense, make it look as natural as possible, and it's going to help you. It's as simple as that.
Okay. All right. And then my last question is, in the retargeting format, Gmail is like the king of that stuff because it's in your Gmail accounts, it's up in your top, it's in your bottom. Is that an AdWords account retargeting structure alone, or do they use third-party retargeting structures?
That's mostly AdWords. That's text ads reformatted in a different way that they're showing there. So yeah, that is very specifically within the AdWords network.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to prolong this whole long session tonight. So,
no problem.
And
That's
Tam,
some good questions.
and Tam, I can totally get a lot of stuff from you. So, I will definitely PM you on some e-commerce stuff that I got going on.
No
Thank
problem.
you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you very much, guys. Let's wrap it up right there. 2.5 hours. My good grief. It's turned into another one of those sessions, but that's always good. So, and Alan, thank you again for jumping on there. I appreciate it.
We'll let
No
Alan
problem.
go to bed now.
There you go.
Yeah, really.
But again, guys, I really appreciate you all stopping by, spending Wednesday evening with us. We're going to disappear. I'm going to go feed this clan of mine, and we'll do this again next week. Next week, we will have the link to access this tool, and that'll be the day after launch. So we'll kind of analyze what went right, what went wrong. Hopefully, we won't have any server melts like we did last time.
Nope.
But we'll rock and roll from there. So again, thanks very much. Hope you've learned something today. Hope you got some great value today, and we'll do this again next week. Till
Good night,
then,
guys.
take care.
Good night.